the LSPD. All 6 individuals engaged in working together to shoot down several members of the city council, killing one of the sitting members, Terrence Walker. Upon a response from officers of the LSPD, the 6 gunmen refocused their attempts to engaging in a gunfight and holdout with several police officers on the 4th floor of City Hall. Thankfully, all 6 gunmen were apprehended at the end of the ordeal, but unfortunately not without major losses and the loss of a life. While on a hold waiting for trial, 4 of the suspects were broken up from DOC custody, while local DOC refused to accept paperwork to extend holds for 2 others. We have 5 of the defendants here today. Gentlemen, I'm going to be calling on you one by one. I'll need you to enter pleas of either guilty or not guilty to your charge. Mr. Dumas, will be starting with you.
Should we start just
go one step
guilty
forward?
so we get the fuck out of here?
It's dumbass, sir.
All right, Mr. Dumas, one count of criminal possession of a firearm class 1. How do you plead?
Hell nah.
Okay, to 1 count of federal authority felony offenses. How do you plead?
Wasn't me.
Am I supposed to interpret that as not guilty, sir?
Damn right, man. Hell yeah.
All right, for these going forward, I need you to say either guilty or not guilty, okay? 26 counts of accomplice to attempted murder of a government employee. How do you plead?
Hell not guilty.
Okay, and 3 counts accomplice to attempted second-degree murder. How do you plead?
I'm blind. Not guilty.
Okay. 4 counts of criminal use of a firearm related to a hot gun in your possession. How do you plead?
Jesus take the wheel. Not guilty.
Okay, 1 count to accomplice to robbery pertaining to a hot gun. How do you plead?
Robbery? What? Not guilty.
1 count accomplice to murder of a government employee. How do you plead?
Who I accomplice? Not guilty. That's bullshit.
And 1 count of terrorism. How do you plead?
I'm a terrorist? Come on now, dude. Not guilty, bro. What the fuck?
Understood. Let the record show that Mr. Dumas has pled not guilty to all charges. You go ahead and
dumbass,
back,
dumbass, sir. Dumbass, please. I want to hear you say
dumbass.
That's right.
Dumbass, okay.
Yeah.
Zolo, you're not.
Yo, Zolo.
Oh wait, no,
Mr. Levy, can you go one step forward?
Do not move. Do not move.
He can't. He's cuffed to the table.
Okay, Mr. Levy, I'll go and read it out from here then, sir. Make sure you're shouting for it. To 1 count of criminal possession of firearm class 1. How do you plead?
Tight shit. Stand on business, Zolo.
Yep.
Silent treatment.
That's what I'm talking
If he's
about.
speaking, I can't hear him.
Not guilty.
That sounds like Peanut. That sounds like
We'll come back to him then. Mr. K, we'll go and read down your charges here, sir.
Okay, whatever.
All right, to 1 count of criminal possession of a class 1 firearm. How do you plead?
What's the date of that?
The date of the incident, sir.
You got that date on hand?
May 21st.
What's the charge?
Criminal possession of firearm class 1.
So good, man. So cute,
no,
man.
not guilty.
All right, 1 count criminal possession of
fuck?
government issued equipment.
What's the date on that?
Same date. All these charges are going to be to the same date.
What was the
same
date
incident,
again?
sir.
We're gonna make this guy hate
May
us.
21st.
Yo, we gonna lose this
Okay,
kid so we
that's
piss him
crazy. I'm
off.
just curious
What is
how
he
you
doing?
have the dates and they don't on
Why
the
did I
tweet,
grab
but
you?
It's all good.
We're gonna piss him
Not
off.
guilty.
Okay, 1 count federal authority felony offenses. How do you plead?
Oh, not guilty.
Okay, 26 counts to accomplice to attempted murder of a government employee. How do you plead?
Not guilty, but I have shot someone for that before.
Make sure that your phone's on silent.
3 counts accomplice to attempted second-degree murder. How do you plead?
Oh, not guilty.
All right, 1 count accomplice to murder of a government employee. How do you
Tell
plead?
him about the bullets.
Oh, not guilty, but I have shot a government employee for that before.
1 count terrorism. How do you plead?
Oh, not guilty.
And
But
1 count
that
of
is
prison
a former
break.
terrorist, though.
Yo, what
Oh, not guilty.
Not guilty on that as well. Rami.
Yo.
Hey, 1 count of criminal possession of firearm class 1. How do you plead?
Can you use that sentence?
Yes. Ramio Rahman is alleged to have criminally possessed a firearm on May 21st, 2024.
That's not guilty, sir.
Okay, 1 count federal authority felony offenses. How do you plead?
Not guilty, sir.
Okay, 26 counts to accomplice to attempted murder of a government employee. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
3
that a new
counts
tie?
accomplice-
It's not a tie.
Yes, it is a new.
All right, I'm back, chat.
Is that a new
Good
vest?
shit, good shit.
Not guilty. Yes.
What are y'all doing?
26 counts accomplice to attempted murder
Not
of a government
guilty,
employee.
sir.
All right, 3 counts accomplice to attempted second degree.
Not guilty, sir. You talk to me?
Okay, 1 count accomplice to murder of a government employee.
I was in my head, yo.
Not guilty, sir.
1 count of terrorism,
Not guilty, sir.
and 1 count of prison break.
Not guilty, sir.
Chair here, okay?
Understood.
I'm cuffed already.
Mr. Left, back with us?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm gonna go and read out your charges this time. You need to enter a plea guilty or not.
No, I'm just gonna
All
come
right.
to the chair here, okay?
To 1 count of criminal possession of firearm class 1. How do you
All right,
plead?
sounds good.
Sorry, Your Honor, I can't hear you. You got Cornwood over here talking.
Sounds good.
Okay. To 1 count of criminal possession of a firearm class 1. How do you plead?
You're not touching me.
Not guilty.
All right. 1 count federal authority felony offenses. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
26 counts to accomplice to attempted murder of a government employee.
Oh,
How do you plead?
definitely not guilty.
3 counts accomplice to attempted second degree murder. How do you plead?
3 counts.
Yes.
Not guilty.
Okay. 4 counts of criminal use of a firearm pertaining to a hot gun in your possession. How do you plead?
Definitely not guilty.
Okay. 1 count accomplice to robbery pertaining to a hot gun in your possession. How do you plead?
Robbery. Oh, not guilty.
Okay. 1 count accomplice to murder of a government employee. How do you plead?
Definitely not guilty.
1 count of terrorism. How do you?
Definitely not guilty.
And 1 count of prison break. How do you plead?
Not guilty.
Mr. Pistone. last but not
Robbery?
least.
They're charging me for robbing
charges?
the gun? They have to prove that.
Can I just say not guilty to all of them so you don't have to go through them?
Sure. You'd like to
Yeah,
sign
not
a blanket plea,
guilty.
not guilty.
I heard you fucking say it 3,000 times.
Oh, well, yours are slightly different. You don't have the. It's all good. All right. Let the record show the defendant is
Keep
pleading
running,
not guilty
Pete.
to all charges.
Keep running.
Let the record also show that Mr. Prince is not in attendance at this court case here today.
Good shit, Peanut.
Hey, Peanut.
Oh my God! Hey, Ellie.
Robin,
Hi,
they're giving me
Dylan.
robbery for a gun? Like,
Peanut, stop
the
resisting.
gun
Yeah,
report.
apparently
What are you talking about,
All right.
man?
yeah. I think the gun was
Mr.
used in,
Adams,
like,
they're
the
harassing me,
shooting
Mr.
of a
Adams,
robbery.
please.
You're being
You
called
asked
to the
me
table,
come to
sir.
the table.
It's fine. Prosecution will go and begin with your opening statement. Already.
That's crazy, Cornwood.
Thank you,
That's
Honor.
crazy.
Well, I'm just doing my job in my eyes.
You're stupid. He's so dumb. He said, cough front, cough back face. That's actually
Your Honors, ladies and gentlemen of the court, 1 week ago today, this very building, the
Hallelujah.
seat of our democracy, was the site of an attack perpetrated by the defendants. That attack on the council room 1 floor above us left council members incapacitated, left civilian farmers shot, left county clerks bleeding, and left our city's treasurer, T.J. Walker, dead. The resulting holdout afterwards left numerous police officers injured from the firefights that ensued. The defense today will try to say that these actions were justified. They will try to spin a
won't.
story about how Daquan Peanut dumbass's mom was having a train run on her by the
Oh,
council.
why you say dumbass like that?
Amen. Hey,
This is a
fucking
bogus
man.
fabrication that I am ashamed to even mention in this courtroom today.
He hates my mama.
Through evidence and testimony provided today, the prosecution will show how the 6 defendants are responsible for numerous attempted murder charges, the murder of our city's treasurer, and the disruption of our highest governing body's critical function. In short, Your Honors,
Man, but where the
terrorism.
treasure at?
Thank you.
The fuck up.
In the ground.
This guy sounds like Patrick Mahomes.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Whitlock. Peanut, for reference, keep your comments to yourself, okay? Or at least quietly, so I can't hear
I'm
them,
sorry,
okay?
sir. I'm sorry. He just, I got PTSD and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Dude so
I understand. I understand. You're going through a tough time. I get it.
Sorry, sir.
Defense, your opening statement will be delivered by Mr. Sinclair or Mr. Farrar.
Yeah,
Me,
Mr. Farrar. Speak with your chest. Let them know.
Your Honours, peoples of the court, today we are here for a very serious matter, one of alleged terrorism and murder. And today the prosecution will try to paint you a picture of a targeted political attack. They'll try to have you believe that the defendants had political motivations in mind, but that's simply not the case. They'll try to minimize the unconventional methods used by a doctor with a history of malpractice. The evidence that will be presented will simply not prove beyond a reasonable doubt that what occurred was terrorism by how it's defined in our great state. Biased witnesses will get on the stand and give tale of what they think should be the case. And I do concede that the prosecution will do the best, but it simply won't be enough. They have tried and will fail. Thank you.
Short and to the point. I like it, Robin.
Robin's cooking.
Mickey ain't cooking.
He's doing closing.
I don't have a mask.
Okay.
I don't have a mask.
Okay, thank you for your opening statement there, Mr. Ferrara, as well. We'll keep things moving along. Prosecution, please go ahead and call your first witness.
The prosecution will call Maximilian Thoroughbred to the stand.
Mr. Thoroughbred, come on up.
My man leading the investigation. Victim, witness.
Time to shine. It's in your blood, Mickey. It's in your blood, baby.
Mama
You
raised
grab
no
me.
bitch, Mickey. Remember
Mama ain't
that.
raised no bitch, remember?
That's right.
Wait. Okay, grab me.
That's right. Mama ain't raised no.
Yo,
fucking
hey, Adam,
bitch.
can you hear me?
This is gonna be bad.
Sorry, Your Honors, he seems to be suffering from skill issue right now.
What the fuck? You feeling devious today, huh?
Tight space.
No, Peanut. I know you were whispering,
Alright.
but I feel like
Yeah, why am I so loud?
if you had a gain, it was like at 3 fucking.
I do not
1,000.
recommend anyone sit in those middle
But
seats.
it's not, though. It's not.
You're fine. You're fine.
That's
Yeah,
tight
yeah,
space.
you're chilling.
We need just bitching.
Cornwood, you go and swear the witness in?
No, that's crazy.
Okay, always just running his mouth as usual.
Do you solemnly swear that your
You gonna make
testimony
it?
today will be the
Big
truth, the
bad
whole truth, and
bang.
nothing but the
Huh?
truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you bass.
No, I'm asking you.
I do.
Oh, Rom, you smoking on
All right,
that?
for the
pipe,
record,
son.
Cletus, have them raise their left hand before they do that as well.
I just noted what
right.
it says under Rami's
But I will
vest.
call that the
I
witness
do.
is sworn in. All right, the witness is sworn in. Mr. Whitlock, go ahead when you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hello, Mr. Thoroughbred. How are you doing today?
Could be better.
For the court record, what is your name?
Maximilian Thoroughbred.
What is your current employment
Top like that out
position?
there needs to go down.
Mayor?
100%.
Where were you on May 22nd around 8 p.m. EST?
The weekly scheduled Council of 8 meeting?
This guy's coached.
And what were you doing there?
It's on Saturday, not Wednesday.
We were about to hear 3 different incentives to be presented to us to solve the famine.
Who was there with you?
Alex Mushkin Domino, head clerk. Alan Crane, chief justice. Murphy Braun, head of bar. Cletus Cornwood, PD liaison. Siobhan Thoroughbred, chief of staff. Myself.
Oh, boys, you notice how he said that he's only the mayor?
Solomon Walker, deputy mayor. TJ Walker, the
What happened
treasurer.
to commission this. that, and
Ursula
third?
Leichenberg in the corner, filming.
And what were you doing before the shooting occurred?
I was getting up because I believe it was the head of bar that said to let in the farmers that had come to see us, to open the door and let them in.
After you unlocked the door to the council meeting room, what happened?
Well, I said I said come forth, clowns, and then 6 clowns emerged from the archives room, masked up with guns.
And how many shooters did you see?
6.
And where specifically did these shooters come from?
The archives room. It's the only unlockable or not lockable door on the top floor of City Hall.
Were you carrying any weapons on you?
My 1911.
Were you able to defend yourself?
No. No.
What happened after the shooters appeared?
5 of them ran inside of the council room, and one of them stopped me as I was standing in front of the 3 farmers and pointed a gun directly at my head, said, "This is for fucking my mom, Max," and then shot me.
Did you hear anything else during the shooting?
Pretty much simultaneously, I heard shouted from the council room, Meeting adjourned. From an unfamiliar voice. I've spent a lot of time with the Council of Eight, and it was most assuredly one of the gunmen that shouted that.
So how did he hear that while he was getting shot in the head?
Did you hear anything after you were incapacitated on the ground?
Bro, he's been coached so much on this, you could tell.
I heard one of the gunmen question very,
I don't know how he knew it was the archive
very
room, 'cause he didn't see where
furtively.
it came from.
Why
He
was this
actually-
door
he was
locked?
looking left when they fully
After I'd
brought-
been
yeah,
moved inside
exactly.
by one of them, and after the door itself had been locked by the head of bar. After the shooting.
Mr. Thoroughbred, do you know of the organization Chain Gang?
I do.
Have you been threatened by members of Chain Gang before?
I have.
What?
Did the council meeting resume after the shooting?
No, it couldn't.
Has the council met at all since the shooting occurred?
Not in any formal official capacity, as far as I'm aware. We can't meet.
Why not?
Oh, you can hear how coach this is. Jesus Christ.
TJ Walker, may he rest in peace, was executed in cold blood, putting us down one council member. The Chief Justice at the time was in the ICU, and I believe that City Hall proper is not safe enough to convene the Council of Eight until we've had time to review security protocols and to appoint a new treasurer.
Have the core functions of the city council been disrupted?
Indisputably.
One moment, Your Honors.
I'd ask them if they have security at the meetings.
Take your time.
You want me to give you things to ask, or should I just ask them?
All right, thank you again for being here, Mr. Merritt's got a couple questions for you.
Sure.
To start off with, these meetings of the city council, are they publicized, the time and place?
Have they ever met without all members there?
As far as I'm aware, they are
They
not
usually meet on
like
Saturdays, not the day you
routinely
said. We're supposed to meet on the
advertised or
actual day.
publicized.
Oh, it's literally live
that
streamed. What is he
said,
talking about?
Our
She
meeting
literally
time is
tweets.
not secret, nor is it private information. If anyone on the street were to ask me when the council meets, I would tell them.
All right, and in fact, that these meetings are recorded,
Yeah.
so the public is aware of that information, I suppose, from that aspect. Is that about right?
Objection.
Not as aware as I would like them to be. I've spoken to a lot of people who.
Well,
did not
yeah,
even
well, our lawyers
know
ain't
that they were
cooking, man. I don't know what
recorded.
the hell.
However,
I don't even know how
there
he's
are
letting
some
him get these
interested
questions
individuals
off.
who do religiously watch each council meeting, and I encourage everyone to do so.
Gotcha. What can you tell us, other than for council meetings, about the use and the access to this meeting room?
Bro, how they letting these questions
Objection
go off?
vague.
Sure, I'll refine that a bit. Is that meeting room used for any other purpose other than for council meetings?
So you're withdrawing the question and asking a
They're
different
letting
one.
them
That's right,
fall
yeah.
into their traps, though.
Could you re-ask the question for me?
What are the other uses of that meeting room other than for council meetings?
Is that okay? Can I answer that?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, he asked a different question. You're fine.
There is no other purpose for that room.
What? It literally says,
Bro.
And are the only individuals that use that room council members?
Objection leading.
All right, Rob.
Let's put it this way: who has access to that room?
Clay, what's up, Clay? Appreciate
Am I allowed to
that.
answer that?
You are. The previous question had the objection sustained. He's asked a question.
Only council members can enter that room. And I,
Go ahead, sir.
as far as I'm aware, only council members can enter that room.
Anything further from the prosecution?
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, floor is open for cross.
You want to go with me?
I'll. I'll start it. If you have any others,
Okay.
you can chime in.
Nothing.
Maximilian Thoroughbred. Great to see you here.
Hello.
So, Maximilian Thoroughbred, I'll start with this. After being incapacitated, as described in your testimony there, did you return to City Hall?
Objection scope.
See how that lawyers are,
rebuttal
though?
is that the scope is contained within the video evidence submitted by the prosecution themselves.
See how the lawyer does say objection, though?
There was nothing about returning.
He's
to
on
City
cross
Hall
seat. That's gonna
afterwards
get.
after the
He's gonna
fact
get told
in direct
he can't ask that.
testimony.
He gave the wrong answer.
Is like Judge Adams gonna say anything?
Robin, you should tell him that it is in the scope.
I know. I'm waiting for.
Let them do their shit.
Yeah, objection's going to be sustained.
Very well. Maximilian Thoroughbred, these weekly scheduled meetings that you mentioned, are they always on the same day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And do those days have never changed, have they?
Damn dude lying.
For the second Council of 8, no, they have not. Well, actually, that's not true. One time, I think we did
interesting. Oh, thank you. Oh, so you do change
Well,
the dates.
Can I finish what I was saying?
Oh, go ahead.
We had one meeting not on Tuesday for the Council of 8 to accommodate for another council member's time.
Interesting, to accommodate for another council member's time. So sometimes they are held on other days. Now you accommodate for other council's time, as you just said. Do you ever meet when not all the council members are there?
We have in the past.
Oh, so you have met in the past. Interesting. So you would say that the council can meet with not everyone in attendance.
Usually we like to do, one absence.
Objection non-responsive.
Woohoo! Where my popcorn at?
He was mid-answer, Mr. Ferrara.
Nah, he was not responsive,
Simple
man.
yes or no, Your Honor.
Objection's going to be overruled. You can continue to answer the question, Mr. Thoroughbred. I apologize for the interruption.
We we typically try to meet, if one person is absent, we can go on. If it's more than that, we typically like to delay.
Okay.
I got my
Now, Mr. Thoroughbred, in your testimony, you said you were incapacitated. Were you able to still hear things following that incapacitation?
Yeah.
You said that you were moved into the meeting room chambers. What happened after that?
The only thing of note that I like 100% remember is Murphy locking the door, and I heard through the door, "Why is this door locked?" Like the frustrated, "Why is this door locked?" Apart from that, it was I think I argued with Solomon. I think I said to get everyone who hadn't been shot, including Murphy, into handcuffs.
Oh, interesting. And who did you say that to?
I don't even remember the cops that were in there at the time. I was on the floor for about an hour plus.
You directed cops to put people into handcuffs.
Objection. Counsel is testifying.
Rebuttal.
I'm simply just trying to get a firm answer there of what he means by yelled at people to get everyone in cuffs.
Yeah, I find that this is a clarifying question, Mr. Whitlock. Your objection is going to be overruled.
As soon as cops entered the room, I shouted for them to be put into handcuffs. I wasn't directing police officers more so than I was shouting my frustrations and insisting that anyone who was unharmed be handcuffed.
Since the prosecutors opened up and discussed what your role is and your role in the council is about being a mayor, as a mayor, are you able to give direct orders to police officers?
Objection relevance?
I'll take a rebuttal.
Yeah, the relevance here is I'm trying to establish why and trying to understand why and what logic was going through Mr. Thoroughbred's mind to be giving orders to officers while incapacitated on the ground, and to ascertain why a mayor would be doing that.
Final from the prosecution.
I don't understand how any of that is relevant to the facts of the case, given the charges that are on the table. We're talking about a shooting of the council room, and not anything related to the duties of the mayor.
And, Your Honor, the witness did just clarify in his testimony that he wasn't giving a command as anyone's superior or in his official capacity as a mayor, but as an individual that had just been shot and was expressing his frustration. He didn't have any power of command in that.
That is not the truth. That's not true at all. It's literally in the video. It's in the video that he's.
Just a moment.
Your Honor, my rebuttal to that is, or Your Honors rather, my rebuttal to that is that the entirety of this case revolves around a concept of terrorism and upon a concept of political motives. I'm discussing politics with another mayor and what their duties are as mayor and the political nature of what they're involved in.
Understood.
Also, this was on video evidence submitted by the prosecution themselves.
I don't need any further rebuttals. I'll be speaking with the judges. Give us just a moment.
Mickey on fire today, not gonna lie.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie, he cooking.
Mickey.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
I would have added that it's laying foundation to then go into the integrity of the evidence.
Go tell him then.
The judge said no more rebuttals.
From a former mayor to a standing mayor, you're doing a great job.
Objection is going to be overruled. Although, Mr. Sinclair, I'm going to encourage you to get it to the point.
Of course. Thank you, Your Honors. Appreciate that. Actually,
So
no
you can
further
answer the question as you
yes. Yes. What was the question again? Sorry.
You would ask, quote, since the prosecutor has discussed your role in the council as mayor, as the mayor, are you able to give direct orders to police officers?
Oh, yeah. Thank you so much. Sorry.
I hate when I bite my tongue. It's crazy.
If directed by the state, if they have a particular directive as established by the police continuity plan, I am allowed to give them orders. However, it has never happened.
What is the police continuity plan? Could you
Objection
brief us on that?
relevance? It's commonly known legislation. I don't know how it's relevant to this case.
Yeah, I'm aware of what it is.
Oh, I'm not aware of it, and I don't know if the lay people of this court are aware of it. I just wanted the mayor to clarify that.
It's publicly viewable legislation.
I'll hear a brief answer on it, Mr. Thoroughbred. In summary.
In the past, there have been issues whereupon the police department that operates within Los Santos is allowed to run wild without being checked by a direct representative. I volunteered my services as the mayor, the elected official of the people, to ensure that the people within the police department are to be progressing, changing, growing, while simultaneously being held accountable if they were to fail to do their duties. So essentially, I'm a what's the word? Like a smoke signal creator. Like, if something's terrible, I tell the state directly, and I'm empowered to do so. And I am empowered likewise to carry out their will should it become egregious. It has never become egregious, fortunately. So I really have pretty much never invoked the power of the PCP except to appoint the chief of police after submitting names for recommendation from the state.
You keep saying a lot of never and then
Interesting.
except for this time. And
That's an awful lot of power. And would that also would appointing a commissioner of the police force also fall under that purview?
The PCP too established that.
And is it of the mayor's office? In what capacity is the mayor's office supposed to appoint a commissioner of the police?
Objection relevance, Your Honor. I don't see how this.
Yeah,
has any
I'm
bearing
going
on
to
the case.
sustain at this point. I thought
No,
you were
my
trying to get to
answer,
something with the,
Your Honor,
Brox,
is that he's
appreciate the
opening
raid.
up the scope by continuing to answer the questions relative to the appointing of a commissioner that led the manhunt against the victims, or sorry, the accused.
I never said the word commissioner.
Further, it bears no relevance to the charges that are laid here today, Mr. Sinclair. I understand what you're trying to explore here, and I understand what you're trying to get at. And I understood when you were asking questions pertaining to Mr. Thoroughbred's conduct in the room. You have extended far beyond the scope of that at this point. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Oh, no worries, Your Honor. This is exactly where I wanted to go. Thank you so much, Maximilian Thoroughbred. No further questions from me. Let me speak with my co-counsel.
Good work, man.
Mr. Thoroughbred, in your testimony you mentioned there were unharmed individuals. How many were there?
3. Pretty confident.
Who were they?
Solomon Walker, the head of bar, Murphy Braun, Ursula.
Would it be correct to say that 2 of them are council members?
Indeed.
Did you hear any political utterances during the shooting?
So, like, at what point during the shooting do you mean? Like the whole time, or
the initial let's call it entry into the meeting room?
No, you didn't, Max.
Meeting adjourned.
Shit, that's political. God damn.
What makes that political?
It's my belief that if the words "meeting adjourned" were shouted prior to 5 and then 6 armed gunmen charging into the scheduled meeting of the Council of 8, the highest form of government in Los Santos, it establishes that they likely knew that there was a meeting transpiring before and that they would be disrupting that. So yeah, I think that's political.
So, forgot the part that says meeting room?
In your testimony, you mentioned that the room is labeled as a meeting room, and you said that no other things occur in there. Would that lead you to think that? Would that lead someone to think that there was a meeting happening in there?
What, the fact that
Objection confusing?
How?
What the fuck? That's an objection?
What is he confused about?
Can you re-ask and simplify that question for me a little bit, Rob?
Yes, sir. Given that the room is labeled as a meeting room, would that lead someone to think that a meeting is occurring in there?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I think that most people understand that there probably are not.
It's not what you
meetings
think,
in
buddy.
A meeting room 24/7 all throughout the day.
All right.
I think that
it's not what you
there's
believe.
no reason
okay?
for anyone to think that any meeting room in any building would be having
Yeah,
meetings
he's smoking
24/7
heavy
simply
cock right
because
now.
it is labeled meeting room.
He's just trying
on
to
the
blow
outside.
smoke.
What are you doing in a meeting room? You have a meeting.
Okay.
They were fucking Peanut's mom, bro.
So if you then take the labeling of it being a meeting room and add you coming out of it, would that lead someone to think there's a meeting happening?
Yeah, that it was active and that there were people in there. Sure. Yeah. And there were people waiting outside too.
You mentioned that you may need to review the security of the city hall.
No.
Is there any security at these meetings normally?
No. And honestly, I didn't think anyone would be dumb enough to try to harm us in the council room, given that we were filming it every day or every time, right? But I was wrong.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Floor is open for redirect for the prosecution.
Mr. Thoroughbred, how many times has the council meeting date and time changed?
So, if we're speaking solely for term 2 and solely for this council of 8, it changed one time, and I believe I could be wrong because it's been a month and a half at this point, probably. I believe our very first meeting was not on a Tuesday, and then everyone after that was on a Tuesday.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Mr. Thoroughbred, you can step down. Thank you for your time. Defense, is he being marked for recall?
Mickey?
No, Rob. Or wait.
No, Your Honor.
Wait, sorry.
Mr. Thoroughbred, you can step down. You can stay. You can go. It's up to you.
Wait, to call for recall?
Thanks.
Yes, I actually do want to call for recall.
Prosecution, your next witness.
Prosecution calls Officer Jackson Decker to the stand.
Oh,
Hold on,
actually,
Your Honor.
and also, Your Honor, real quick, at some point I would like to call Maximilian Thoroughbred for recall.
Okay, so you would like to mark him for recall then?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, there's just
Sorry
a
about that.
misunderstanding, Your Honor.
Misunderstanding, sorry.
Mr. Thoroughbred, you're marked for recall.
Understood.
All right, Officer Decker, come on up.
Yes, sir. Motherfucker still has my goddamn mama.
Forward, do the honors.
Oh, hang on.
But why is he doing?
Go ahead. I'm listening as I try to figure this out.
And go ahead and, when you're ready, please raise your left hand.
What's he doing?
Trying to figure out how to get in the fucking chair. Just fucking stand there.
Hello. Do you solemnly swear that your testimony today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury? So help you God.
I do.
Hello.
The witness is sworn in. Mr. Whitlock, you can continue.
Thank you. For the court's record, what is your name?
Jackson Decker.
What is your current employment position?
I'm an officer of the LSPD.
Where were you on May 22nd around 8 p.m. EST?
Responding to calls of shots fired at the city hall.
Were you on duty at the time?
I was.
What did you do when you arrived at City Hall?
I took lead of the scene.
Did the LSPD encounter anyone at City Hall?
Yes, throughout every floor.
And where were these people specifically encountered?
One individual was a civilian that was detained as soon as you go through the front doors. There were two individuals that were running to the third floor from the second. One of them was later identified as Taco Prince. I didn't get a clear view of the second person. And then when we got to the third floor, somebody started shooting at us from down the hallway.
And what specifically happened then after they started shooting at you?
I returned fire. They went behind the pillar at the very end of the hall on the right, where the staircase is. I then told officers not to pursue, as it was my understanding the hallway that we were in was the only way out. Myself and Officer Bradford held the hallway down while we waited for more officers to move up behind us.
Did anything else happen on the third floor before you reached the staircase to the fourth floor?
I had officers on the floor while myself and Bradford held the hallway. Other officers that were backing us up cleared each room and corner as we went.
What happened when the LSPD reached the staircase to the fourth floor?
So the staircase is like it's an L shape. You turn right at the end of the hallway. You go up one set of stairs. There's a landing, and you make another right, and there's another set of stairs before getting to the 4th floor door entrance. When we got to the landing, and then one of the individuals on the 4th floor opened fire through the door, shooting at officers, but nobody was hit. So we just chilled on the staircase for a minute until we had an idea of what we wanted to do.
And they had the Berlin fucking wall up. That's why they didn't get hit.
And what did the LSPD decide to do after that point?
We tried to get an eye on anybody that was inside the entrance to the 4th floor. I believe it was Officer Riker did not see anybody, so we moved in and we took a foothold at the entrance to like where the. So as soon as you go through the door, there's like a waiting room, and then there's a archway that goes to the receptionist desk, and we kept a foothold in the waiting room.
Can you then describe what happened next?
We made an attempt to look around the corner as it was a choke point for us. There was a hallway to the, like once you pass the reception desk to the right, there was a hallway to the left and a hallway going straight down, which is where the meeting room was and the room that was mentioned before that I can't remember the name of that Max mentioned. At which point, one of the officers had peeked it to see if they could see anybody, and they were starting to get shot at, so we knew that they were holding that area down, and they were aiming down the hallway. A few ideas were made, a few failed, at which point a bunch of officers eventually were shot down while trying to take out individuals that were found to have been shooting at us from the left side hallway. And then after that, I went down, and then it was to my knowledge that they shot down the rest of the suspects that were shooting on the 4th floor.
So after that point, what was the total number of people who were casualties from the shooting?
When I got done counting everything, it was 17 officers in total. 13 were shot down, 4 were shot at or hit. They just weren't incapacitated. 8 city council members were shot. One of those 8 was pronounced dead at the hospital. There were 2 county clerks and 3 civilians.
Following the shooting, how long was City Hall locked down for?
I'm gonna I would guess between like 2 hours and 45 minutes to like 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Were any weapons found on Mr. Kevin following their arrest?
When I looked at evidence, and I believe he was found with a 1911.
Did Mr. Kevin have a weapons license when they were arrested?
No.
Was the weapon that Mr. Kevin had a hot gun?
I would have to look at the report, but I don't believe so.
If you would, you can pull up the report.
Your Honor, are you okay with that?
Yeah, if that is okay with
Ken.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Uno momento, por favor.
Should be easy work, boys. These guys are fucking dumb.
Yes, whenever I ran his gun, it was 1 second.
Don't say anything, 'cause I know what you're thinking.
Just keep going.
It was
Yep.
not hot and not reported stolen.
Who owned the gun that Mr. Kevin was found with?
That would be 1 second. Raya Sharday.
Gasp.
Were any weapons found on Ramiel Rahman following their arrest?
Yes, a 1911.
Did Ramiel Rahman have a weapons license when they were arrested?
He did not.
Was the weapon that Ramiel Rahman had a hot gun?
No, and it was reported stolen.
Who owned the gun that Ramiel Rahman was found with?
Uno. 1 second.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I can sit through this shit.
Dayrell Hicks.
Were any weapons found on Vinny Pistone following their arrest?
Yes.
Did Vinny Pistone have a weapons license when they were arrested?
No.
Was the weapon that Vinny Pistone had a hot gun?
No, and it was reported stolen.
Who owned the gun that Vinny Pistone was found with?
It was the same person, Dayrell Hicks.
Were any weapons found on Taco Prince following their arrest?
Yes.
Did Taco Prince have a weapons license when they were arrested?
No.
Was the weapon that Taco Prince had a hot gun?
No.
Who owned the gun that Taco Prince was found with?
Bruce Baylor, and he did report the weapon stolen.
Were any weapons found on Daquan Dumbass following their arrest?
Yes.
Did Daquan Dumbass have a weapons license when they were arrested?
No, he did not.
Was the weapon that Daquan Dumbass have a hot gun?
Yes.
Who owned the gun that Daquan Dumbass was found with?
1 second.
I mean, what does this have to do with the case?
He's actually doing his job. He's proven why would you be charged?
In
with
Yeoman?
thing.
Well, it's,
And it was reported stolen.
I'm gonna be honest. These are
Which
the
is
things
fine
that-
though.
Were any weapons found on Zolo Levy
Yeah,
following their
exactly.
arrest?
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, I give a fuck about
Did
it.
Zolo Levy have a weapons license when they were arrested?
He did not.
Even worth fucking fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Was the weapon that Zolo Levy have a hot gun?
We're fighting the terrorism.
Yes.
We're getting that dropped.
Who owned the gun that
Mhm.
Zolo
I hit
Levy
them with the
was
Hail
found
Mary
with?
at the end.
Oh shit. How do I say this? Richard Wojtku? Wojtku?
What happened to the defendants after they
Yeah,
were
Richard do
processed
got
following
a
the shooting?
goofy ass name. I ain't gonna lie.
4 of them were pressed on 24-hour holds, or put on 24-hour holds, excuse me. And 2 of them were kept for questioning and interrogation.
Were the defendants' holds extended at any point?
Yes, all 6. A judge approved a held until trial hold for all 6.
And were they notified of their extended holds?
I did my best to. I tried calling Mr. K when I saw his number in the lemon list. I got a phone call from Zolo, and I talked to him, and he said he would tell them. I tried calling Mr. Ferrara, who I had the understanding that he was their attorney at the time, and then Judge Adams said that he would get in touch with Robin or Mr. Ferrara, excuse me, Mr. Ferrara as well, to let him know that his clients were on a hold.
All right. And then if I can refer you to incident 6211.
Is that okay? Your Honor, can I look at that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did the defendants remain in prison until the court case today?
Just so you know, Mickey,
No, they did
Tina
not.
and Taco never got put on a hold, and none
Were
of
they
us
released from
notified
prison
about
by
our
members of
extension.
PD or the DOJ?
No, they were not.
That's like that shit.
How are they released from custody?
Okay, yeah, I'll give hospital info if you haven't.
It was to my understanding that Mr. Dumbass and Mr. Prince, DOC refused to take their paperwork for the hut holds. So they were just released after 24 hours.
Nah, they wasn't awake.
I heard something happened with Vinny, but he turned himself into former Captain Slacks, who was then put back on the hold. And then after that, Mr. Pistone, Mr. El Rahman, Mr. Kevin, and Mr. Levy were broken out of DOC custody.
Okay. Was the PD made aware of this at the time?
Yes. Bobby Charles called former Captain Slacks, and was former Captain Slacks told them not to do any kind of work release transport that they were talking about.
What happened during the prison break?
It was my understanding that Carmine Costello decided it'd be a good idea to let individuals that were placed on a hut hold and take them on a, in quotes, work release trip to apologize to people they have hurt. Officers were made aware that Carmine was doing this even after being told not to. They then met up with the prison transport, and a shootout started between members of police and people breaking the defendants out of custody.
Were any people questioned following this incident?
Yes, all the members of DOC involved with the transport.
Are those statements noted?
My,
anywhere?
right now,
6211.
Why did you charge prison break
deep
instead
condition,
of escaping custody?
obviously shampoo. I use this like
Because
peppermint
escaping custody
shampoo.
pertains to individuals
Deep
who
condition, let
have
it
not been
sit for, like,
processed
20
or in
minutes.
the custody to be detained or
And
arrested
I
by
have leave-in
police.
conditioner, like a nice
Prison break
moisturizer.
means they have already been processed and are in prison or with DOC. And
this nice
since
oil shit
they
in
were
it.
awaiting trial,
Let it sit.
technically
I'm doing
speaking,
now.
they would have
Growing
been
my hair,
processed
so I'm
awaiting
in the
trial and for
ugly
their hold.
phase right now.
And since they were in DOC custody, when they were broken out, they were still within prison custody.
When was the docket posting for the case filed?
And a nice silk bonnet, silk pillows.
Minutes after I got done taking statements
Yo,
from the
peppermint's
DOC.
really good.
Why wasn't it posted before?
I
I
was
got that
quite literally.
rosemary
I had
peppermint
just
shit.
typed up the last email tag on the docket post, and I was going to go hit post whenever the emergency call for backup and
Looking at me,
officers
your
down
eyes
was going
gonna
off for the
scream.
firefight, so I had to go
So
respond to
you
that.
know.
Why were you selected as the lead investigator for this case?
I assigned
Objection
myself as-
relevance?
Oh,
This means nothing. He's just glazing now.
There's some new shit
Yeah,
too
what's
I've
relevant,
seen
sir?
as like you could get the
This
get
is a line of
rosemaries,
questioning leading to the HUD charges
water,
that were
and like
pressed on the
cloves. I
defendants.
forget it's called cloves or some shit. Some like natural routine shit. You put it in like a
Take a rebuttal
jar,
from the defense.
leave it for a day, and then you put it.
Why Officer Decker was chosen as lead
filter
doesn't
it out.
change.
So I want to try that too.
guilt
They
or
say you put that
innocence.
in your scalp.
Why he was chosen wouldn't matter. You can go ahead and ask your further questions about the charges that were pressed. That's fine. But why he was selected over anybody else, it bears no relevance in this matter.
Thank you, Your
I
Honor.
know. It's my problem too.
Why were
I'm
HUD
gonna make
charges
it.
pressed on the 6
Bro,
defendants?
these lawyers need to object. The lines of question is not relevant to the charges at all.
Do you want specifics for each charge?
And they was talking about a prison break.
Murder of a government employee was pressed due to the fact that after 4 of the individuals were placed on holds, and we still had Mr. K and Mr. Levy in custody and interrogation. While I was talking to Mr. Levy about his hot gun charges and working them out with him, TJ Walker was pronounced dead from the shooting they were both involved in. As for the terrorism charge, after looking through all the statements of the individuals involved, it was my understanding that the highest form of government that we have within the city was disrupted during a meeting that was
Is Mickey's
actively
mom around
talking
him
or
or
discussing
something, chat?
legislation. On
Is it
top of the
done?
fact that there would have to be processes to get individuals within the council out of, well, not just wait for them to get out of ICU, but to pick a new seated member for the city treasurer position. Therefore, it was explained to me that the way with how our government works, they were unable to conduct any further city council matters in the future until those were done.
Did you feel any external pressure to press these charges?
I'm sorry, can you say that one again?
Irrelevant.
Did you feel any external pressure to press these charges?
No, I did not.
Did anyone recommend these charges to you?
Yes.
Did you press the charges based on those recommendations?
No, I based them off of my own evidence, knowledge, and training.
Who recommended them? Why didn't he ask that?
One moment, Your Honor.
That makes no sense. He did it on his own training and everything, but it was recommended to charge that.
I didn't ask who recommended
Literally
it.
makes zero sense.
Okay, floor's open for cross.
Did he just open himself up to who recommended the charges?
He did. Yep.
I mean, do you want to cook this one or me?
I think you've got it in line with what you're going. Oh god, you're making me hard.
Okay.
Defense.
What does God say?
Officer Decker, you had just testified that you made these charges yourself, but you did mention that there was a recommendation for these charges. Who gave you that recommendation?
Bro, K's at
is there specific
39,000
charges looking
views.
for, just in
Holy
general?
smokes. Insane.
Top
dog, big dog.
Several officers
dog.
made several recommendations. Several different people.
Uh,
pretty much like across the board.
Who was involved? Which officers were involved in discussing these charges?
They're gonna object now. Watch.
Myself, some members of command, due to the extremity of the charges. Oh shit. I think Slacks was there. Bones, and like a few others I can't think of right off the top of my head.
Okay. Was Maximilian Thoroughbred involved in any of these recommendations?
At a later date, yeah.
Interesting. Now, as an officer of the law, is it usual for a mayor to be involved in recommending charges?
And a
It's
victim.
usual for anybody involved as a victim to recommend charges.
Oh my gosh.
And was the mayor acting in the capacity of a victim or in the capacity of a mayor?
I took everything
Objection,
he said with a grain of-
speculation.
Speculate.
There's
Did
no
he
way
just
Officer
say
Decker would know.
He would take recommendations from any victim.
Bro,
I'll
this guy's
take a rebuttal.
insane.
It's possible that he could know. The answer could let us know if that were the case.
He could know. He's an officer of the law. He can testify as to whether someone is probably giving recommendations for charges based on their experience as a victim
The
versus
defense has
based on
already
their
marked
experience as a
Thoroughbred for
leader.
recall. They can ask him when he's back on the stand.
Okay, Mr. Whitlock, I don't know why you just interrupted Mr. Sinclair while he was
I
rebutting.
apologize. Yeah, I apologize.
Poor form, sir. Mr. Sinclair, I apologize. You were saying?
Oh, no worries. I was just saying that I think as an officer of the law, he should be able to give testimony and explain why someone might give recommendations as a victim versus why someone might give recommendations from a position of authority. He is an officer of the law. He can make that distinction.
I don't need any further rebuttal. Officer Decker, I'll hear an answer based on your personal knowledge. If it requires your speculation, don't. But only speak to what you know or positively affirm. Objections over.
I'm good. Go ahead.
Yep, you're good to go ahead.
Okay. I took everything that he said with a grain of salt. I didn't take it as mayor or victim. I took it as he was just shot and he's upset. So I'm gonna do as I do.
Right.
Oh,
That's a victim.
you took it with a grain of salt. Interesting. Now you said that this was at a later date. At this later date, was Maximilian Thoroughbred also well, in the corporate world, there's this speak. I mean, many of you guys know I used to run the company. The corporate world, we wear hats. Was he wearing another hat at this time of being did he have another role at this time besides just being the mayor?
Objection scope.
It's well within scope.
He opened up scope as soon as he testified that the mayor was doing this at a later date. I'm just trying to understand in what capacity the mayor was operating at this later date.
Well,
Did
defense
I
to
say
explore
later
this
time
a
or
bit.
later date? I'm sorry, I don't remember what I said.
You said at a later date.
Okay, my bad. Okay, go ahead.
On your direct answer. I'm going to allow the defense to explore this a bit. Your objection is going to be overruled. You can go ahead and answer the question, Officer.
I don't know what capacity he was. Well, are you asking for like how he was asking me, or like the role? You said the roles, like what other jobs?
Yeah,
What
did
role-
he have
what
any
role
other
did he have?
roles besides just being?
My boy's choking right
I
now.
think he
Mateo!
was the commissioner at that point.
Interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. So,
Boy.
was he operating as the commissioner of the
Homeboy's
police
getting cooked.
department, or was he operating as a victim in this case?
Oh, he said it, bro. He said it.
Same rebuttal as the last time this was objected.
And same answer as the last time this was objected. Speak to what you know, sir. Don't speculate.
My honest response is I don't care how he was recommending. I made the decision based off of me and nothing else.
Oh, you don't care how he was recommending. You don't care how the commissioner,
taking orders from them.
presumably
Right,
your
right.
boss, your higher up, recommends something to you regarding how a case should be handled and investigated. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, correct. I was the lead investigator. I knew what I wanted to do with my charges, and I knew how they should be pressed. I wasn't going to be pressured by an outside source, regardless of their position and power.
Can you just say he's a commissioner?
Thank you so
Obviously
much
outside
for
source.
answering these questions.
This guy should be fired for lying on the motherfucking stand. And I won't stand for this
Anything
shit.
further from the defense?
Bro, you are
Yo,
cooking,
Mickey, I'm impressed.
Oh, good shit, man. Good shit. cook that fraud, man.
What time you grabbed your fucking balls?
No, Your Honor.
Redirect. Prosecution.
No redirect, Your Honor.
Boy got the man in the chokehold,
You're
sir.
gonna be marked for recall.
He shed a tear right there, man.
He sound like one of those cops going 42.
Yeah, he was like, no, direct, Your Honor.
Yeah, he just fucked over Max.
Doubt he's
bro.
leaving anyway. But will you be marking for recall?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, understood. Prosecution, your next witness, please.
Prosecution would like to call Dr. Ryan Wilson to the stand, please.
Fuck is that?
Dr. Wilson.
Oh, this is the doctor that has 3 malpractice charges on
Oh,
him.
this is the W doctor here.
Hey, good shit, man. Good shit. Good shit, man. Good shit. You fried him. Good shit.
Once he's here at the stand, Captain Cornwood, if you swear him in.
Am I bugging, or is Max the mayor, the commissioner, and the witness?
Anybody got food, man? Anybody got food, please?
Yeah, and a victim too, Bobby. And a victim
And
too.
a victim. What the fuck?
So, anybody got food?
That's fine.
I'll pass the fuck out,
More
man.
comfortable.
Judge, we need food bad.
Does anyone have food?
I have food, Your Honor.
I need some food, man. Please, I need some food.
I need food.
Yep. Give us
Permission
some
to
food,
give over
baby.
food?
Can I get some food, sir?
Go ahead.
Thank you,
Set it on
sir.
the table for him.
Hey, free chicken.
Appreciate it.
Brief recess for people,
I'll get
people
you
that
some
are
wiener.
summoned to this court case to eat.
Can you give me
If you're in the gallery, go get your own food.
Oh, I didn't get that.
There's
Who
4
has food, man?
sandwiches and 3 drinks.
What you punching me for?
Where that? Where that? I'm hungry.
Oi! Rami, can you stop eating all the food, you fat fucking? Give me
Oh
some.
my gosh, there's no food.
Ma'am, you got food, ma'am?
I put some on the table, everything I have.
Rami literally took it all.
Oh my God.
Bro, you got 100
dude.
cops in here, man. Y'all don't have no food?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
God
I need
damn.
some, please. Can I get some?
5 sandwiches.
Cornwood, you don't got no food, man?
You got more?
God damn.
I'm
gonna see if I can get a food delivery for you.
Please, 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 man.
I think there's somebody outside. I'll just go get a bunch of food.
so well, man. Thank you, Robert.
Okay, we good to resume?
868. I'm gonna go grab some.
You got that glizzy, huh, boy?
Oh, you know it. You know it.
Yeah,
Okay,
show me
without
what that mouth
objection,
do,
court's
man.
back in session.
What?
Captain Cornwood, can you go and swear the witness in for me?
Absolutely. Please raise your left hand. Do you solemnly swear that your testimony today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury, so help you God?
I swear.
Okay.
Witness is sworn in. Counselor, go ahead with your questioning when you're.
Thank you so much. And how are we doing today, Dr. Wilson?
Nah, it could be worse.
Hey, that's fair. I want to start off by asking about your education. Can you just give us a brief summary of where you've been educated?
Sure. I have an MD from Columbia, and I've gotten first
I need
aid
food, ma'am.
training
You got me,
at
ma'am?
DOC.
Yeah, I got you.
Long time ago when I used to work there.
Hey, hold on, ain't you
And I've
kid
been
sister?
trained at the hospital here.
And what's up with you, Shotty?
You said you're currently
What's your name again?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yes, I am a
What your name is
doctor
again?
at the Los
Oh,
Angeles
let me feed you first. Hold on.
Oh, you gonna feed me? Okay,
All right,
put
and how
All
long
right
have you
here.
been
Man.
working for the hospital?
All right, take that.
Oh, thank you, ma'am. Gosh, you're so kind. You know that?
Nina, shut the fuck up. Thank you. Thank you. So when I say he's
All right, and what are your normal duties as a doctor with the hospital?
Yeah, I'll get you some too.
Who got some
I'm
food?
sorry for talking
Coming
to
in,
you.
treating
That
patients
girl.
in the ER, performing surgeries, ICU intakes,
Yeah, what's up, Mom?
as well as
How you doing,
checkups
sweetheart?
for
You want some
long-term
food?
patients.
Mom!
I'll take some food, please.
All right. And has your experience
Talking to my
allowed
son.
you to have to treat gunshot victims?
Yes. Depending on the
Get some
length of my
food, man.
shift, I can treat upwards of 10 a
How
day.
You need some food?
I need
Quite a
water.
few, so you got a fair bit of experience there, huh?
Yeah, people get shot a lot in this city.
All right.
I got you, boss.
And have you been trained in any particular specialties as a medical professional?
Yes, I am specialized as an orthopedic surgeon, but like everybody else at the hospital, we do a lot of trauma work. I've delved into probably a half dozen different medical fields, just if the patient demands it or needs it.
All right. And have you been trained to perform autopsies before?
Yes, I got my sign off on it back in the day when that was still a necessity. I've done several mock autopsies, real autopsies across the board.
All right. And just a bare estimate, how many autopsies have you yourself performed?
That's his job.
Couldn't put a number on it. I'd say probably
Absolutely,
10,
I understand.
12, if I had to guess.
That's a
maybe
no-no.
more.
All right. And as a doctor, are you an expert? Considered an expert in your field?
I am.
All right.
Recognizes this for the record.
Normal duties
let's
as a
move it along.
doctor. Absolutely, I know. I'll keep it moving.
Coming in,
So, doctor,
treating patients in
what
the
is
ER,
the
performing
function of the
surgeries.
frontal cortex in the brain?
Frontal cortex
Yo, what's up, Mom?
controls motor functions. So moving
can't
limbs, any kind of movement across the body, really.
All right. And have you familiarized yourself with any documents, medical or otherwise, with this particular case?
Yes, I read the original report written by Dr. Ramos, as well as the autopsy written afterwards.
Okay. And based on what you've reviewed, can you tell the court where the victim, Mr. Walker, was shot?
He was shot in the head, as well as, I believe, a few times in the body.
All right. And was he shot where the frontal cortex is located?
According to the medical report, yes.
All right. And what are some of the effects of being shot on that location?
I mean, generally being shot in the head's, not great for you. In this case, it caused, a pretty massive brain bleed. His entire body went into shock. He lost a lot of blood. Essentially, he shut down.
And what's the likelihood of death from that type of injury? High?
Always depends on the severity, of course, but in this case, considering the damage dealt and how his body was reacting, yes, high.
All right. And can you explain just for the court what motor functions are?
Like I said, movement, moving your arms, legs, walking around, clenching your fist, anything like that.
All right. And what about intubating a patient? What does that mean?
Intubation is when we essentially shove a tube down their throat in order to open up their airway so their lungs can get air. And if necessary, attach them to a breathing machine that'll simulate, intake and exhalation of breath so they get oxygen.
All right. Is that a fairly common procedure?
On critical patients, yes.
All right. And what about defibrillation? What does that mean?
Well, when you defibrillate somebody, you attach 2 pads to the chest, which convey an electrical current to try to either restart the heart or regulate the pulse.
All right. And is that a pretty standard procedure in your
Stand there
experience?
the entire time?
When they lose their pulse or when it's very erratic and weak, yes.
All right. And is this an extreme measure that's taken?
It's generally used when they're critical and it's a life-saving measure, so it's not something we use on every patient that comes in. But I wouldn't say it's rare or extreme. It's just something we do.
Okay. And why would an individual be defibrillated on their head?
Well, it's not a common medical procedure, but after reading the report and being unable to actually ask Dr. Montez, I believe it was done in order to jumpstart the brain, since there was no cognitive response.
They killed that man, bro.
And in your opinion, would that action, the application of the
It's not a car battery, bro.
AED to Mr. Walker's head, have affected his condition at all?
Not majorly, no. I believe the worst that could have happened were the slight burns, as well as, a similar effect to electroshock therapy. So nothing that would have engaged.
Yeah, just a little quick
All right. And at
electric
the
shock
time
therapy,
that
man.
that
To the fucking
procedure was
brain.
administered, the AED to the head, what was Mr. Walker's status?
He had already flatlined at least 7 times in the hospital, not to mention, when he was still in the council meeting room. He had no heartbeat for a long time. It was managed to get back after several rounds of CPR, defib, and adrenaline shots.
Oh, this doctor.
And like I said, there was no cognitive response. So he was essentially brain dead.
So, is it your opinion that the death of Mr. Walker was essentially certain?
Objection.
At that point, yes.
Yeah, he just said he's brain dead.
Nothing's ever 100% certain, but as close as can be.
We're not
All right. And in your opinion, were the actions of Dr. Ramos and Dr. Montez justified?
So why have they been
I wasn't
objecting
there,
every
but
question?
I believe as a Hail Mary kind of life-saving measure, yes.
All right. And in your opinion, having read over the autopsy and the other records, do you agree with the stated cause of death in the autopsy, Mr.
Yes.
TJ Walker? All right. Thank you so much. Give me one moment. All right. Thank you so much, Your Honor. No further questions.
Tear him up, boys.
Okay, floor is open for cross.
Dr. Wilson, in your testimony, you stated that the use of a defibrillator is for the heart. Have you ever defibrillated someone's brain?
I have not, but I've never found myself in a position where I feel like I had to.
In your expert opinion, what are the chances of such
Thanks, I
a
appreciate it.
such a method being successful?
Very low. But like I said, in my opinion, the negative side effects were worth the risk in this kind of case.
In the report that you referenced, do you recall seeing Dr. Grayson mention that Mr. Walker was going to have surgery the next day?
Yes. Yes, I did.
And that he subsequently crashed because blood couldn't get to the brain?
Next threat you give to officers, you're gonna get the fuck
I
outta
believe
here
he
and
was
you're
brought
not
to
gonna get back
ICU
inside.
after the original life-saving measures. And then, or sorry, he was brought to surgery, and then after that, he was brought to the ICU, where he ended up crashing after an hour and a half, I think.
How big of a role could a defibrillator to the brain be in the brain not getting enough blood?
Defibrillators are not meant to be used on the brain, and considering the amount of joules they use, the electrical current,
podcast? Yeah,
I
for
do not
real.
believe it would have caused enough damage to
We need Moon Moon on a podcast.
prevent blood flow to the brain.
The doctor mentioned in the report Dr. Montez.
Yes.
Is he a reliable doctor?
Objection, speculation.
Trying to discredit
He's an expert witness. He works with him every day.
Rebuttal from the prosecution.
I'll withdraw the objection.
Thank you. Objection is going to be overruled and withdrawn.
I ain't gonna lie, chat. All lawyers are cooking.
Right. Well, he's a bit of an abrasive guy, but when it comes to his medical work, I trust him.
Has he ever been accused of malpractice? To your knowledge?
Objective scope.
Nope, no scope. Ain't no scope.
How is that not in the scope? Is this prosecution fucking brain dead?
Rebuttal?
Objection every 5 minutes.
I believe it's within scope when trying to ascertain the credibility of the doctors that
Hey,
worked
if you
on the
spam objections, it makes you a good lawyer.
victim at hand.
Actually,
Your Honor, we'd also like to throw an objection for.
How are you
custody
going to
disabled.
RP breaking out of cuffs? I don't know.
That one I'm more likely to sustain. Objection's going to be sustained. Next question, Counselor.
The best is if there's a shootout and everybody starts shooting, I can get someone to uncuff, like break the table, and get me out. You know.
Mickey, you should ask, has there been any complaints about him?
Because cuffing to the table is kind
In
of
your
like
expert opinion,
when you slash me cuff to the table.
do you think it was
Why
wise
can't I
to
slash
wait
me
a day
uncuffs? Like
for
you know,
the
but
surgery?
I know
Dr.
someone who
Grayson
did that and
recommended?
got banned. So I gotta like.
I haven't personally
Get
talked
one of the
to
guys to
Dr. Grayson
uncuff me.
about the procedure she was going to perform. Based off of the report, in my opinion, it seems like it needed a lot of prep time. and there was nothing that they could have done more at the time in order to try to, prolong his
Can't
life.
get guns in. I don't know what to say, man.
After,
I'm done.
The crash, a few hours into his ICU stay, they attempted to implement that procedure.
I could just keep like chipping on the table,
and it did not work.
Slash me kicks off table. Slash me kicks table again. Slash me keeps continuing to kick table. Like some shit like that, because it's a wood table.
How common is it to administer 6 shots
But
of
like
adrenaline?
kind of do it over time?
6 shots is an extreme amount. In any case, I mean, adrenaline is used as a last ditch in order to try to get a pulse back. But looking at the
And to be
report,
honest with you,
I think that they had exhausted essentially every other measure, and at that point, they were just trying to get some kind of heartbeat back.
Bro, Frost has my phone. She took all my shit, so I'll be literally phoneless for the.
Are you able to reference the report in question?
Yes, 1 second.
Can you give me the report number just for reference, Counselor Ferrara?
6838.
Oh, it's only
as you
me
can
and
see in
Vinny
the
that are
report,
cuffed.
they did several attempts of CPR.
G, what's up,
that
Yo,
you
G?
listed here beforehand, and then in the hospital again, AED, which is defibrillation. And once that did not work, they used several adrenaline shots in order to try to restart the heart, which did not work too well either.
Specifically in the debrief, where it mentions the head, what caused the brain death?
Are you referencing the autopsy?
Yes, report 6838.
It states brain dead due to AED utilization to cell death.
So would it be correct to say that that is saying the AED caused the brain death?
For real, Pixel, right? Like, why would you use it on the head?
I wasn't there. Personally, I do not believe that that is possible in this case. When we do autopsies, we often get a lot of feedback from Dr. Kate, who, while a capable doctor, I would not trust over the doctors that performed the procedure.
I see. No further questions, Your Honor.
Oh, I do have some.
Mr. Sinclair?
Yes. Doctor, great to see you. Let the
you
record
too.
show I myself, Mickey Sinclair, am also a doctor. Thank you so much. Doctor, lawyer, what can he do? Anyways, doctor, what I want to ask you is this, unrelated to this case, if you were to encounter a patient who had a defibrillator used on their head, would you question the capability of the doctor that made that decision?
I would ask them why, sure, but I wouldn't question their capability unless they gave me an answer that didn't satisfy my demands.
If you needed to inject, we talked about the injection of adrenaline. A doctor that were to inject, I don't know, say insulin into a patient instead of adrenaline, would you consider that to be a doctor unfit for their job?
I'd need to know the circumstances of it, if they got bad information, anything like that. I mean, just general details before I made a judgment on that.
Certainly. And wouldn't you say that in the rush of the operating room, a doctor might make the mistake of grabbing a pen full of insulin instead of a pen full of adrenaline? Could that
Objection,
happen?
Creation of a material fact. I mean, there is nothing in the reports or any sort of testimony alluding to this occurring.
Your Honors, I am establishing and asking for the expert testimony regarding the conduct of doctors and trying to ascertain what methods are conventional or unconventional versus outright insane.
So the question you're asking is entirely hypothetical, then, Mr. Sinclair?
Yes, it's a hypothetical. Could a doctor in the rush of an ER, could it happen that someone accidentally grabs an insulin pen instead of an adrenaline pen?
I'll allow the answer, but let's move along to a new line of questioning.
They took my phone, yo, G.
I mean,
Lost
nothing's
my phone.
impossible, but the two obviously have different labeling, look different. I would think it unlikely.
Unlikely that someone could mistakenly
Yeah,
grab the
they
wrong
shackled
pen.
me to the table.
Now I have to ask you, is there anything except for woeful incompetence that could cause someone to use a defibrillator on someone's head?
Yes, I believe. I mean, obviously, like I said, haven't had a chance to talk to Dr. Montez about it, but I believe he did that as a kind of Hail Mary last-ditch effort, trying to save Mr. Walker's life. I don't think it was, a thing that he did just to say, fuck it, I'm going to defib his head. He did it to try to save his life.
Interesting. Oh, interesting. To save his life. Interesting. And I have a question. If, as a doctor at the hospital, if you ever have a patient who is in a vegetative state, would you suggest that we go and use defibrillators on their brains?
Personally, wouldn't be my first option. But
thank you
we
so
have
much,
plenty
Doctor.
of different
No
other
further
doctors
questions.
that all have their own specialties.
Good shit, Mickey. Good shit, man. You cooking out here, man. Chef Mickey.
I'm noticing a lot of
Thank you.
Like, no, I wouldn't do that, but I would do that.
Me too,
that
actually.
was-
I'm starving.
That was funny as fuck.
Hey,
He
good
said
shit, man. Good
he said
shit.
we needed to jumpstart the brains. So he's
Gotta think this motherfucker's like a car or something, bro. Jesus
that was
Christ.
funny as fuck.
Very generous, Your Honor.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yo,
Mickey, I gotta say,
Bobby.
Mickey.
Bobby.
No, I got it.
What up? Got me shackled to this
All right,
long
redirect.
ass table. Something happened.
All right,
so I
thank
need
you.
to
So, Doctor, I just want to
break the wood
clarify.
for me, all right?
Just because you wouldn't perform a
I
particular
got you.
procedure, does that
You want me to
make
do what?
that particular
Gotta
procedure
break the wood off
wrong
the
to
table so I
perform?
can get out of these shackles.
I bet.
No, of course not.
So,
I
brother-
mean, nobody's the best at everything. We have a diverse cast of doctors at our hospital.
What the
and,
fuck you mean you're not?
I mean, like I said, I'm not going to think of every possible medical procedure.
This guy's delusional, man.
All right. And I just want to clarify the timeline here. The surgery in which the AED
I
was
switched up-
administered to Mr. Walker's
It got
head, was
switched
that
up
the
quick,
same
huh?
surgery in which
Who
you
had
died?
this law? Oh shit, he cooking. Shit.
No, it
Have some
was
patience,
several
though.
hours.
Have some patience.
All right, so he didn't instantly die from this defibrillator, did he?
He did not.
All right, and let's imagine that this defibrillator, it's never administered to the head. Does the outcome, tragic as it is for Mr. Walker, change? In other words, does he still die?
Objection, speculation.
Sustained.
Your Honor, this is an expert witness. I'm asking his expert opinion
He ain't no
as
expert.
to the outcomes of this particular
That's
patient.
not how you phrase. Yeah, but that's not how you phrase the question, Mr. Hall. You said, "Let's imagine it's never administered. Does he die? Yes or no?"
Differently than Your Honor. Have records, knowing them intimately. Do you believe that the head wasn't administered, that the outcome would change?
No, I
Objection,
believe.
still speculation.
Sure, but he has established himself as an expert witness, and the question has changed to his belief. I will accept it as that. Objection's going to be open.
I don't know if
Fair
I'm an
enough.
expert at this point.
Please continue.
Like I was
Doctor.
saying, no, I believe that the defibrillation had very little to do with Mr. Walker's death. I think, if anything, it caused minor burns that did not contribute to him dying.
But as he said multiple times, he hasn't been.
So much, Doc. No further questions.
He's only read reports. He wasn't there.
Is that your last question? Any further from the prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Dr. Wilson, you can go ahead and step down. Defense, is he marked for recall?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Dr. Wilson, you are excused at this time. Thank you for coming.
Happy to help.
Zolo.
How we doing? We good to call your next witness, or do we need a short break at this point in time?
Dr. Ivy
I'm
Flat
okay,
said that
but
she had to
will
go
not
in
object
after
to
this to
a
clean up his
recess
mess.
if necessary.
She wanted to hold off until the next day.
Defense, do we need a break at this point? Are we good to continue?
Continue, Mickey.
I think we're fine to continue.
Yeah, let's call your next witness then.
Keep the heat on him.
The prosecution calls Siobhan Thoroughbred to the stand.
Oh, this fucking
Miss
clown.
Thoroughbred.
Vinny, you're
Put my hands
funny.
in. Let me put my hands in front of me. Yeah, let me walk. Like, okay, what the fuck is this?
She is not standing on business.
Captain Cornwood.
Does she realize she looks
when
dumb as
she is
fuck when
ready,
she
please
walks
go ahead
like
and swear
that?
in the witness.
You think she's smarter than she is. Use that to your advantage, Mick. She's a dog shit lawyer. Didn't win shit.
You solemnly swear that your testimony today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury. So help you God.
Oh yeah, so help me God. And airborne.
And airborne. Very good.
Witness is sworn in. Counselor, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. For the court's record, what is your name?
Wait, sorry, what?
What is your name?
Siobhan Thoroughbred?
What is your current employment position?
Chief of Staff.
Where were you on May 22nd around 8 p.m. EST?
I was in the council meeting room.
What happened at that time?
We were meeting to discuss the famine. I had been working really hard all week, meeting with farmers and booth workers to try to get people together and get their feedback so that we could come up with some legislation to fix the famine. And we were about to vote on it when 6 men with guns came in and started mowing us all down.
Should have ducked.
Were you injured during the shooting?
I was shot in the neck despite my best efforts to guard myself with the first thing I could find, a drink.
What flavor of soda were you drinking?
It was a
relevance.
Yeah.
Sustained. You kind of both objected and answered at the same time, but it's going to be sustained. It's not really relevant.
Were you treated after the shooting?
I was by medical personnel at the hospital.
Where did you go after you were treated?
I have thought I was in a state of shock, and I have thought we would continue the meeting. So I actually went back to City Hall, and there was no one
state of
there.
shock.
And I just walked forward past where the evidence was all. So much evidence. There was so much shit on the ground.
Yeah, she made
And
sure
I
she
opened
said
up
she
the
walked
archives
past
room,
it.
and I saw
She's an idiot.
live stream on the monitor.
She
What
just
was on wouldn't that be contaminated?
It was a live stream of the election. It was then it was over at that point, but it had been it was Ursula's live stream.
Yes.
Ursula's live stream.
Yeah.
of
Seen the
meeting.
You better cook her on that.
Did the meeting resume after
I
the
can't
shooting
believe
had
she
been
said
resolved?
that. Nah.
Nay, it did not.
She's got to be
We
leaving
haven't
breadcrumbs.
continued business.
Has the council met? since
She's
the
got to be
shooting
leaving
occurred?
breadcrumbs, chat.
No, we don't have a quorum of a council of 8 right now.
She said she walked right past
Mr. Sinclair, everything okay over there, sir?
I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Mr. Ferrara, are you fine, sir?
Yes, sir.
You've never been punched.
How do I feel
2 or 3
passive?
times.
Sorry.
You may have to figure that one out for yourself.
Thank you so much. I will. Thank you. Your Honor. Apologies for the interruption. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yep, please continue.
So why hasn't the council met since the shooting?
We don't have a quorum.
Yeah, we're guys. In no way in this chat we're
Have you
gonna
been
ever
threatened or
attack
felt
streamers.
threatened
Okay.
since the shooting occurred?
It's all,
Oh,
you know,
absolutely, 100%.
everybody's
I'll live in
playing a
fear for my
character,
life
not
every
a
day.
streamer, guys.
Especially
Have the-
when Rami twats out things like Monty Smith hit it first. If you know, you know.
Have the core functions of
The
the city
fuck did
council
you
been
say?
disrupted?
Monty, man.
Yes, they have been absolutely disrupted and even destabilized to the extent that we're going to have to select a new treasurer. Now everything's put back on hold, just like our election season. This has been a monumental blow to the functions of government.
Prior to your appointment, what other positions have you held?
I've been a lawyer, and I was one of the longest-serving female judges in Los Santos history.
He has that
Are you
shirt. That's what I
considered an
realized
expert in
too.
your field?
He's got it covered.
I would say so, yeah.
He's got it covered.
Have you ever been involved in previous terrorism cases?
I have.
Your Honor, can we clarify if she's been entered as an expert witness or not?
We'll allow the exploration here.
This is what happens, chat.
I'm willing to recognize the
When they feel like they got it in the bag,
Thanks,
man.
Ryan.
That's what happens, man. They came in here too comfortable,
What
man.
is terrorism?
And our lawyers is
What?
cooking.
What is terrorism?
What is terrorism? The unlawful use of extreme violence or intimidation against a civilian population, or acts that would affect the disruption, destabilization, or destruction of government entities for political
what's up,
or
right there?
religious aims.
for the penal code definition.
I did that by heart.
Right. Sure.
Were you a victim of terrorism?
I was.
Why?
Why?
Objection,
there's-
speculation.
Yeah, I can hear you.
She's directly involved in this attack and is also recognized as an expert in her field.
Asking why is asking her to speak to the motives of the individuals, that which she cannot know.
I concur.
Are these guys whispering or just
Also,
yelling? I don't
objection
understand.
calls. Is it calls for a legal conclusion or objection argumentation? There's
That's
some
the one I'm
fuckery
looking
here.
for.
Yeah.
Mr. Sinclair.
Calls for legal conclusion,
conclusion. That is going to be sustained. Mr. Whitlock, nice try here establishing the witness as an expert, but we're here to determine whether this is terrorism or not the witness.
Of course, thank you, Your Honor. No further questions
Functions
Oh
from
of
the
government.
prosecution, Your Honor.
Okay, floor is open for cross.
Prior to your appointment, what other positions have you held?
I've been a lawyer, and I was one
Miss
of the longest-serving
Thoroughbred.
female judges in Los Santos history.
Bro,
Great
this
to
guy
see you,
is,
and
this guy is crazy.
Unfortunately, we never got to have that chance where you could coach me to be a incredible lawyer. I guess I'll just have to do it myself. My first question to you is: you in your testimony said that you came back.
What was that? You want to
City
say
Hall
it?
after the shooting? Is this true?
Functions of government. Yes, I was in a state of shock.
Oh, okay.
Prior to your appointment,
And
what other positions
were
have you
there
held?
police barricades
I'm a
or
lawyer,
tape or anything
and I
preventing
was
you from
one of
going through the crime
longest-serving
scene?
female judges in Los Santos no,
history.
there wasn't. Curiously enough, there were several
Oh,
officers
that
going around
is
collecting
curious.
evidence.
That is curious.
Not that I saw. Not that I saw. When I was going around, there were not barriers erected yet.
Okay, so there weren't any barriers erected. Interesting. Okay. The prosecution established your sort of roles and your sort of history of politics. I'm also curious. Do you have any relationships with any of the council members?
They're my coworkers, so yes, they're my coworkers.
Interesting. Okay, they're your coworkers. Any relationships beyond coworkers?
Murphy Braun is my ex-husband.
And
Max is my
further-
current husband.
Oh, Maximilian Thoroughbred, the mayor.
What about Monty?
I took his last name. I thought that was obvious.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure. So the mayor and I keep forgetting. Is he the mayor or the commissioner?
Come
Or
here.
both?
Come here.
Oh. Huh. My apologies. See, as an ex-mayor myself, I don't ever remember being both a mayor and a commissioner of the police department.
That's because the state would never give it to you, Mickey. You embezzled.
Oh.
Objection, facts, not an evidence.
Interesting.
Pause. Yeah, that last statement pertaining to the embezzlement is going to be strict on the record.
Okay, good, because I don't want to
No,
mention
no,
how
no, no,
Siobhan
no, no,
sells
no,
me
no.
ammo.
That's interesting though. So you're saying Miss Thoroughbred. You're saying mayors can be corrupt?
Oh no, no. See, things have changed since you were
wait,
mayor.
no,
Mickey.
this is so interesting. You just hinted at me embezzling as a mayor. So what you're saying, and again, now that we've established that you're an expert witness, you think that a mayor could be corrupt?
I don't know, Mickey. Are you saying that corruption is the reason why you guys decided to do what you did? Because that sounds like you're admitting to
Objection,
terrorism.
non-responsive.
Sustain.
Person treat the witness hostile.
Are inherently hostile because it's on cross-examination route.
Tommy.
Answer the question.
Chef Mick!
Sorry, I don't understand the question.
Chef Mick in the building,
I was
boys.
just asking, do you think a mayor can be corrupt?
I think it would be really hard.
I
I think it would be really hard in the current day and age. If not next to impossible.
Yes or no?
Given the checks and balances of the council, I think it would be impossible.
Right, of course. No, of course. Given the checks and balances of the council, where a mayor would, yeah, of course, the checks and balances of the council.
Need a Mickey
Now,
song.
on the aforementioned council, are you not the wife of Maximilian Thoroughbred?
Objection asked and answered.
Sustain.
Oh, very well.
You asked if there were any relations beyond coworker. She said Murphy was her ex-husband. Max is her current husband.
Were you escorted by any police officers when you were walking through City Hall following the?
No.
following the-
I was walking by myself, looking extremely kidnappable.
Interesting. So you, the wife of the mayor, were walking through the council unescorted by police officers. Is this again, as a judge, is this standard procedure for a crime scene?
I would say that there was no standard procedure for an attack of this magnitude. We haven't experienced that in this republic, and there was no precedent for the unprecedented attack upon the council.
What the fuck did she just say?
She just said 4 things the same
She
way.
just tried to sound smart, but
Yeah.
didn't say shit.
What does that sum up to?
A whole lot of waffle.
As a judge of this city, as an expert witness, you've dealt with cases where multiple people were shot.
Yes.
How frequently do you see on criminal records shootings of 5, 6, 7, 8, or even more people?
During a typical gang-related shooting, fairly often. It would be hard for me to choose, but I could if I was allowed by the judge to pull up my extenuous 2,500 pages of Google Docs and get you the exact number.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
Interesting. So, in a city where these sorts of mass shootings occur all the time, this is unprecedented?
Yes. An attack on the council is unprecedented compared to a gang-related shooting. They're two different things. Comparing apples to oranges would be a false equivalency. That's a logical fallacy.
Still both fruit.
No, you're right. No, you're right. I mean, you were judge actually when I was mayor. Remember if there were any terrorists, or sorry, do you remember if there were any attacks upon me as a mayor at the time?
Objection relevance.
Sustained.
How long were you walking through the courthouse before you left?
Sorry, what was the first part of that sentence?
Following the attacks of the courthouse where you returned, how long were you walking through the courthouse?
90 seconds, maybe 120 seconds before I realized what was going on.
Did you say when she realized
No
what
further
was going
questions.
on?
Let me
Did I just hear
consult
that
my co-counsel.
correctly? She wasn't a victim of a mass murder, and now she didn't realize until she realized what was going on.
Mrs. Thoroughbred, how long between you getting out of the hospital and you arriving at City Hall was there?
not too long.
Was it 30 minutes?
Oh no. It was probably less than 2 minutes, 3 minutes.
It's aggravated assault right there. Fuck that attempted murder.
So I would like to refer you back to Officer Decker's testimony, where he mentioned that officers were at the courthouse for around
Should be aggravated
2
battery,
hours
chat.
45 minutes to 3 hours 15.
How you attempt to murder someone that comes up?
Is it your
2
testimony
minutes
that you
later?
didn't see any officers when you went there 2 minutes after you got out of the hospital?
Sorry, that was a long sentence. Say it again.
Oh, here we go.
Gotta.
Given that Officer Decker said that officers were there for, let's say, at least 3 hours, is it your testimony you didn't see officers there
Oh no,
2
I
minutes
saw
after you
officers.
got out
I
of the
never
hospital?
said that I didn't see officers. I was asked about barriers or
she used
whatever.
to
and
run like crazy.
Honestly, don't really know what he
Yeah.
meant by barriers. I was
Yeah.
assuming
Yeah.
they were
She's
starting to panic
concrete
now.
things, but there was
Yeah,
definitely
she's
officers
choking.
running around. I saw
Now
Chris
she's just
Cabell and-
rambling.
She sound like she fucking rapping
And
over
the
here, man.
officers just let you walk through the crime scene?
So let her just keep panicking.
Yes.
He's just rambling at this point.
Sounds like she fucking rapping
They
and
let
shit,
you
bro.
walk past evidence?
Yes.
Did they question you
Yes.
about why you were there?
Yes.
What did they ask?
They're like, Siobhan, what are you doing? And I'm like, I'm looking for everyone. They're like, they're not here. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I left.
What?
Were you escorted out?
She said she went up to the third floor and looked at
No,
her
I was
computer.
left to fend for myself.
Would it be correct to understand that officers let you
They
walk
literally-
all the way to...
Go
I
ahead.
was asking a question. Would it be correct to say that the officers let you walk all the way to the archives room before interrupting you?
They were very focused on their tasks. I'm not even sure how many even noticed me.
So you don't believe the officers were cognizant of a victim walking through a crime scene?
I mean, Callista was, and she would told me, Siobhan, you should get out of here.
How many officers were there?
Mistrial.
Well, given what was going on, it was kind of hard to
There's no way
see
this- there-
people. I
there's-
could hear
yeah,
people that I couldn't
literally.
see. You know what I
No
mean?
way
So it's a
that is
really
bad,
good
right?
question to ask.
I told
Yeah,
you she's
fair
a
enough.
shit lawyer.
Given what happened here
We
earlier.
say that, but watch them fucking
I don't
doing,
want to. I
bro.
don't want to say something that's an
You know how
answer
this
that
shit
like
goes.
misanswers the
Peanut,
question. I
Peanut,
don't
what
want
you
to
say?
look
What,
like
she's
I just want
smoking
to
that
make
heavy
sure I'm
dicks
being
this point, at
honest.
this
Okay.
point, right?
She's smoking cock, man.
And you would know. And he would know.
Yeah, I'm experienced on that.
How long between the initial shooting and
These dudes
the
are
officers
stupid, bro.
securing the scene?
Oh, between the initial shooting, oh god, I don't know how many hours were we fucking on that floor hearing gunfire going off. It sounded like
There she goes with the crying voice. You ready?
like fucking like Waco.
There she goes. There she
Man,
goes.
hold on, she about to ult.
Hold on, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I have ADHD, which means I have a myopia at a time, and I'm really, really bad at estimating how long time things take. I really don't know how to answer this question without fucking.
Oh no!
It seems like a
Expert,
very
by the
long
way.
time.
Expert, by the way.
Okay.
Yo, she's playing a good character. I gotta give it up to her. She's
All I
playing
hear
a
is
good-
fucking yep.
Were you involved in the investigation at all after the initial day?
Objection scope.
Take a rebuttal.
I believe it's in scope, as we have established that she was at least there when evidence was being collected, and trying to see if that may have happened further in the investigation is what we're trying to pry here.
Nothing on direct was asked for the following days or time afterwards. I'm going to sustain the objection.
Okay.
Fair enough. No further questions.
Boys, I actually think we might be acquitted of all charges at
Redirect.
this point.
That's a hell of a mistrial right there. Tampering in
I mean,
evidence.
let's be honest,
That's
but
crazy.
that's what we saying now. But watch me be found
Ms.
guilty on
Thoroughbride, you
everything.
can go and step down. Is this
You know how
witness
this
work
shit goes,
recall
man.
Defense?
Right.
No need to recall at this time.
The smurf on these dudes is still
Ms.
losing.
Thoroughbride, you can stand down. You can stay, you can go.
I have it.
Bro, she threw so bad. Holy fuck.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you're right. She's actually fucking
prosecution. Any additional witnesses at this time?
Our final witness will be Dr. Philippa Cantor.
I can't help but notice that there's somebody sprawled out on the floor in here. Are they okay? Do they
He's just
require
lying
medical
down.
attention?
Okay, he's just lying down, yeah.
Okay.
Peanut, I miss my car, man. Just waking up early and driving around.
Yo, they also.
Man, for real, man, doing our little thing, doing some jobs,
I know.
some, you know,
Captain Corwood, if
you
you
know what
can
I'm
go ahead
saying,
and use
man?
further
What
use
happened to us, Zoe?
Bro, I don't know.
This is our life now. You know what I'm saying? Jail.
Please raise your left hand.
It's been a rough week, Chad. I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's definitely one of those experienced ones.
You solemnly swear that your testimony today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, under the pains and penalties of perjury. So help you God.
I do.
Okay.
The witness is sworn in. Counselor, what is your...
For the court's record, what is your name?
I'm Dr. Philippa Cantor.
What is your current employment position?
I am an attending physician at the Los Santos Medical Group, as well as the healthcare liaison on the current city council.
Where were you on May 22nd around 6 p.m. EST?
At 6 p.m., I would have been
Bro,
at the hospital.
Tiger, bro, we
Did you have anything planned around this time?
Me at my character and
I
just me
was
OC,
around a
I'm
little bit
over
earlier
this,
than I
man.
usually get on duty.
A week
So
of
I
like
planned
in
to
jail,
attempt to
on
meet
run,
with Solomon
back in
Walker,
jail.
the
Like,
deputy mayor, to discuss legislation.
I just want to
And
get
called
up,
him requesting such.
start my stream 11 a.m.,
After your
jump
meeting
in
with
my
Walker, what
gauntlet,
did you
do
do
what I
next?
do. You know what I'm saying?
I was on duty for a short time longer before going to Sandy to
Junior's
see
been
the
bad,
sheriff
bro.
get announced, and then rushing straight back here for the city council meeting.
Were you present at a meeting at City Hall?
Yes, I was.
Is this normally where you hold your meetings?
Yes. Every
Bring
single
this
time
arc
so
to an
far it has
end.
been here.
Has the city council meeting ever been held in a different location?
No, it has not.
Are you aware of any other uses for the city council meeting room?
As far as I'm aware of, no. There's no other use for it.
Did you see anyone outside the meeting room when you arrived?
Yes, I did. When I first got there, there were 3 individuals waiting outside. I believe Leah Strong, Ursula Lackenberg, and Alexander Bones.
And why were they there?
I had a brief discussion with them. Leah and Alexander mentioned that they were there to talk to us about farming, to kind of teach us what was going on with that. And Ursula films these meetings, so that's why she was there.
Did anything happen during the city council meeting?
Yes. Approximately 10 to 15 minutes into it, at least it felt like, we were going to let those individuals in. Max got up, opened the door, and numerous individuals ran in, guns blazing, and started shooting at everyone. It kicked up a lot of smoke. I did not get a great look at what was happening around me. I tried to crawl through the smoke to hide off to the side. Once the smoke started to dissipate, I saw an individual dressed in black and white turn around, notice myself and Alex Domino, and shoot us both.
Did you hear anything during the shooting?
Just at the start, one of the individuals who barged in said something along the lines of meeting fucking adjourned, and something about fucking Peanut's mom.
Oh, my baby.
Do you know how
mama,
long you were
Peanut.
incapacitated for?
I was in need of medical attention for over an hour, but I was able to kind of get a rush of adrenaline and come to my senses after a couple minutes.
Were you treated after the shooting had been resolved?
Yes. Once the officers were able to come in, Officer Coyote helped with some stabilization on scene, and then EMS rolled in not too long after, and I was transported to the hospital.
Did the city council meeting resume after the shooting had been resolved?
No, it did not.
Rami, can he say
Has the
like,
council
ask and
met
answer,
since the
or is it
shooting
'cause it's
occurred?
Different witness. They can ask that.
A few of us have met to talk, but
You said
we
what?
have not been able to meet in any official capacity due to numerous members being in and out of ICU after the shooting, as well as one being deceased.
Have you been threatened or felt threatened since the shooting occurred?
I have not been directly threatened. In fact, I think it's relatively public that Mr. K has been quite kind, all things considered, recently. However, due to the circumstances and many people involved, I have been a bit in fear, so I've been taking it real careful. Been sticking with the police.
Have the core functions of the city council been disrupted?
Yes, they have, unfortunately.
Yo, Ramos.
One moment, Your
Yeah,
Honor.
what's up?
Oh, check the water, man.
Oh, do that sound out again?
Yeah, I wish I had a fucking
Yeah,
phone.
bro, I
No
already
further
tweeted
questions,
that.
Your Honor.
Do that sound
Oh,
out
that's crazy.
What does it say? I
Look
don't
what
have a
look
phone.
what I tweeted.
What did you tweet? Wait, when?
Look at him.
Yo, what does it say, bro?
That's the picture, man.
Fuck.
Wait, that's the same shit.
Dr. Cantor, had this all not occurred, when would the next council meeting have been scheduled for?
They are currently every Tuesday, so it would have been right now.
Is the only unavailable member Mr. Walker?
No. Solomon Walker is also medically unavailable currently.
Define medically unavailable.
He's in the ICU at this time.
I'm telling you right now, Zolo, I'm fucking disappointed.
Has there ever been a council meeting where two members are not present?
I don't believe so. Occasionally there's
I'm
one.
telling you right now,
member
Zolo, I'm
but
fucking disappointed.
Usually, it's very.
I'm telling you right now, Zolo, I'm fucking.
We don't want to push forward and vote on people's behalf without their
That's right.
ability to decide if they would forfeit their vote.
Your position as healthcare liaison, is there any prerequisite of a position of power within the hospital for that position?
Actually, kind of the opposite, from my understanding, for the city council.
I'm telling you right now,
usually
Zolo, I'm
it's
fucking
documented.
disappointed.
I'm essentially a command level, so I'm representing.
If that's the case, then
little
why is
guys who
Cornwood
don't have a
captain?
big say in
He's
what-
liaison.
What goes on around there? But I do have a decent amount of experience.
Guys
at the
heard it?
hospital, yes.
Being in command, does that mean you have some authority within the hospital?
Yes, yeah. I am still a level of authority.
That's so weird. I didn't hear it at all.
Have you, just a moment. You ever dealt with Dr. Montez at all?
Objection scope.
Sustain.
No further questions, but we'd like to mark the witness for recall.
Understood.
Understood.
Anything on redirect?
No, Your Honor.
Dr. Cantor, you can go ahead and step down. Are there any additional witnesses for the prosecution?
No, Your Honor.
Would you like to highlight evidence at this time, or will you do it as part of your
I will do it as part of closing.
prosecution rest?
The prosecution rests, Your Honor.
The prosecution rests. That has kind of gotten us to the halfway point of this matter. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's take 5. Everyone stretch, get a drink, get some food. Court will reconvene at 30 minutes after the hour. Court's in a brief recess.
Okay.
I'm sorry, halfway.
Wait, did they just say halfway?
It's not
It's
actually.
not going to be halfway because he's not calling anybody else.
Reconvene at 30 minutes past the hour.
Because one half of the side have given their arguments.
May I approach the bench?
Hey man, standing on business 3 times.
Are we in recess for 30
Three-
minutes?
Three fucking
Hold
times.
on. How long did he say? How long is the? How long?
Yes, they can be here. With Your Honors.
Let's just keep our shit here, you know what I'm saying?
Going and doing other things and then come back.
100%.
Like, all we're gonna do is call up Cantor and call up Max, and that's it.
Try it one more time, chat.
Sure, you don't want me to understand, man.
Who you
spit some
calling
game.
Mickey's going to be questioning Dab, and I'm going to be questioning Counter.
Y'all know
I'm going to try and get her to speak to the malpractice of
5 minutes.
doctor.
5 minutes.
Yeah, we're just doing like 2 recalls, right? And then closing?
Yeah.
Yo, let me ask you a
That's not
question.
bad.
Fucking
Let me ask you a
disappointed.
question. Max did say he never said he was commissioner. Meanwhile, everybody that was on stand said he was.
Siobhan did, so we can just direct him to her testimony.
Oh, dude,
Okay,
in the
perfect.
literally, Robin, in the video, you literally hear him ordering people to be
Can you guys
arrested
hear it?
while he was down in the meeting room.
Yeah. Yeah,
On video.
Dab is Mickey's.
Hey, he literally lied on the stand, bro. It's
Yeah, I can
as
hear,
simple
but
as
I
that.
can't.
The
The dude is lying.
They got it. Let the lawyers do their job.
Got to hand you the biggest.
I'm dealing more with the medical and part. He's dealing more with the terrorism part.
Okay.
Hi, Ray. Hi, Ursula.
Hey, bro. How you doing?
I think
So
for
true.
momentum's sake, we don't recall
Here.
Cantor.
Did they cuff you to the table or the chair?
Sure, okay.
I think we only call. There's something about only calling Max.
Yeah, I'm alright. Are you okay?
Broke the fucking
Yeah,
chair on my
you're scaring me with that gun. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna-
that could-
Oh, okay. I'm
unless you're
sorry.
questioning
You're more
Cantor
welcome
can be
to step
quick.
to the side if you'd like, but I need to keep it.
It's basically
Which
going
I
to be.
did. I'm sorry.
Have you dealt with Doctor?
Look at Glow's calm, my little bitch.
Actually,
Are
yeah.
you-
I'll
It's
let
gonna be really
you.
bad.
I'll let you
It's gonna
cook.
be
Have
really.
you dealt with him before?
It's
Are
gonna
you
be
aware
really
of any
bad for you
malpractice?
two, okay?
Like,
Don't
have
do
you ever
anything
disciplined
to
him
it.
for
Come on, Carmine.
malpractice?
Yo, Vinny,
Do you know if anyone has disciplined him for malpractice?
I told
How many times? And that's about it.
I told Bobby we're cuffed to the table, so he's gotta like come and kick.
I'm not cuffed to the table.
Yeah, bro, you're not cuffed to shit, bro.
I broke the fucking chair.
They cuffed me to this table, man. So
Yeah, I mean, it's a wooden ass table.
Yo,
Break the
Ellie, what's
fucking
going on with
table.
you?
Break the part of the table that you cuffed to.
So pretty much.
just kick the table, right?
I'm
Hold
on
on, let me
hold
break
for
this shit.
harboring a fugitive, and they're not gonna push my charges until your guys' charges are done because they're gonna make me an accessory to your stuff as well. So I'm pretty much gonna be
that's
charged
fucked
there,
up,
man.
man. That's
killing my
fucked
dad.
up.
Even tied them
Fuck
to
that shit. Fuck is you talking about, man? Stop playing on me, man.
Oh,
Fuck is you saying, Zo?
my feet feel better, man.
Oh,
Thank
shit,
you.
hold on.
Well,
Shit, I think he watched me do it. I think he watched me.
All that shit's on.
Hey, what's going on, Austin? How you doing, man?
Slacks every
Yeah, that's
time.
good, dog. Oh, I ain't gonna lie to you, brother. I gotta say, those earrings, I fuck with that shit for real.
Oh, word. Appreciate it.
Oh, God, man. Some people say that shit might be out of style, but I say it's in style. Oh, God. For real.
Oh, God.
That we trust.
I'm Marcus Wade.
Alright, chat. As long as you guys can hear it, I can't hear it no more.
Probably met before. I think I've had you in the cells before.
Oh, you have? What's up, Frost?
That drink's good, man.
Doing good.
Need a drink?
No.
Frost.
Me? Oh, it's
Frost, can I
explosion.
Can I have my
Starting to
phone
hit
so I
on
can look
me.
at Twitter, please?
Give him
There's
that,
no
it's fine.
crime.
Give him,
in
give,
it.
him some, give him some dignity, man. What the fuck? What you mean? No,
Why
I got
can't I
my
have
phone.
my phone? That is crazy, bro.
Because
doing
they
you
are
dirty,
they
Zoe.
were not in custody. You guys were still in custody.
Oh, so basically, bro, because like.
All right, Carmine, your minute's up.
You know you were
Mr.
not.
Levy, you got a mask on you?
You didn't have a
No, I
warrant.
don't. Can you?
Peanut,
Sorry,
you could have
Carmine.
just like.
Is there a change room in
I had
here?
a bounty on me.
Time's up.
I had a bounty.
Oh yeah, you still had a bounty though.
Frost.
Hold on, we had a recess?
What?
Come on now,
Yes,
phone,
we are.
man.
Please
Yeah, it's been
No.
fun.
Recess is done.
You check your pockets.
I
Was it my uncle?
Just
Just saying.
Your Honor's, a quick point of order before we continue. Can we have the conversations in the gallery stop or move further back towards the back of the
Why can't you hear? I don't know why it's not coming through.
Council. You know, let's continue this court case. Let's get through it. We've been doing good so far. My understanding is we have just a couple of witnesses to speak to, and then we'll have closing statements and deliberations. Y'all have been great so far. Keep it up. You keep the more you keep it up, the sooner we you guys can kind of speak for you.
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, you a dog.
Captain Bailiff Cornwall, can you patrol the peanut gallery every so often?
What you say? What you say about me?
Not you, Peanut. The gallery.
Oh, all right.
If you wanted, you
gallery.
could just roll over them.
All right, try one more time.
Sit on them or whatever
Try one
you
more
want
time,
to
chat.
contain them.
Okay.
See if I hear.
We are picking up with the defense to present their.
I'm telling you right now, Zolo, I'm fucking disappointed.
The defense
Yeah, I
calls
hear
Dr.
it.
Philip
Yeah, I hear it.
Son.
All right, Cancer, come on back up. Binder, you're already under oath.
Yes, understood.
All right, good. We got a chat. We both hear it
Thank you,
now.
sir.
Finally, god damn! I just had to put the.
Well, Dr. Kenda, just a few questions for you. In your previous testimony, you stated that you are in a command position in the hospital. Have you ever dealt with Dr. Montes?
Yeah, y'all. No,
yes,
sometimes
I
y'all
have.
didn't hear it when I
have
could
worked
hear
with
it,
him for
and
many,
then I
many
switched it
years.
so you could hear it, but then we both couldn't hear it. That was
What's your opinion of him as a doctor?
OBS shit.
As a doctor, he does an extremely good job. I have never once had an issue with his medical treatment.
Y'all can hear it now. We can hear it. We good, chat.
I have been there with him in surgeries and other things. He holds it down.
Have you ever dealt with him in regards to malpractice?
Deja, 125 consistent streams. That's my boy.
I give it a Camilla.
So gang, I ain't gonna lie. That's like what?
Would you consider his
That's 4 months.
What'd you say, sir?
actions with the defibrillator that of a good doctor?
Try to be a good bitch.
As explained on the standard.
Don't you get hauled by a K every day?
It's not a
Oh, man.
perfect science.
Fuck up.
It is
Yo, what
weighing
the fuck,
pros
man?
and cons of
Peanut.
anything that you do to a patient.
Yo, what do you mean? He literally said
Such
something.
as CPR, you might break their ribs. That is harming them, but it would save their life.
Peanut is so.
His actions that day
I'm trying to
were
listen
an
to the
attempt
court case, you know what I mean?
to save his life.
Yo, how about you go fight a fucking
Despite
cockroach, you
any
fucking big belly bitch?
Damn. Your belly need to keep
That's
you
what
down,
I'm
man.
saying, dude.
Y'all on my dick
Have
for
you
no
ever had
reason,
to
man.
discipline Dr. Montes?
Other than personal issues unrelated to his
Fuck
work,
up, man.
I have not even received complaints, let alone had to punish him.
You know, you always bitching, bro.
So have you had to punish him on a personal matter?
No. Like I said, not even any complaints.
No further questions from me, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything needed on Cross, Euro, or Oliver?
No questions on Cross, Your Honor.
All right, Dr. Cantor, you can go ahead and step down. Thank you again for remaining here. You can stay. You can go at this point. Of
course.
Yeah, I seen a bug video.
Defense, your next witness.
The defense calls Maximilian Thoroughbred, the mayor, commissioner, police commissioner. Sorry, I'm unsure which one he is, to the stand. Or is he a victim in this case? We call him to the stand either way.
Well, he's not even in a courtroom. This guy.
We can keep the
man.
commentary to the side, Mr. Sinclair.
Noted, Your Honor. Thank you.
Give him a call, hang on.
I'll give him a call. I got his number.
You got
right
it? Okay. Wasn't he told to stay in the courtroom?
Yeah,
You guys-
you
guys notice every cop has their gun out?
Yeah. The shoot on
Hey, for
sight
real?
thing.
Oh, we're fucked. We're gonna die.
Your Honor, why are guns drawn currently?
Oh, because I'm here.
True.
I'm not certain. I'm not handling the security response or the PD's response.
What? I'm a little bit scared, Your Honor.
Is there currently an active threat, officer?
You gotta respect your courtroom, man.
Several of us have guns out. Are you talking to me or another individual? I'm just checking.
Yes.
Every cop here has their gun out.
Understood. I'll defer to your best judgment.
Yo,
They're
bro,
not
you so
brandishing
fucking
the
loud, man.
gentlemen.
Well, I mean, everyone in here came through a metal detector, so it just seems excessive.
It's still possible to sneak weapons past. I was shot the other day in the courtroom, so.
Oh my God, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?
Yes, I actually dodged the
I'm
bullet.
so happy you're okay.
Oh, you dodged that shit?
I did. I ducked.
Hey,
Security killed me.
hey, Angel ducked.
Security.
Well, yeah, a judge. But...
Protection as the council table did?
All right. As a reminder, Mr. Thoroughbred, you are still under oath.
Okay.
Your Honor, I'm good to proceed.
I think so.
Thank you.
I might head back to the station for a little
Mr. Thoroughbred.
I want to
wanna
say
start
that,
by
but
asking
Eddie's
you,
right there, bro. It's gonna be crazy if I say that.
What happened to you after you were incapacitated at the courthouse?
Immediately after, I was kind of stunned. Obviously, I'd been shot. I was moved into the meeting room. This is probably like not like right after the shooting, but like pretty close to right after the shooting, and then I was deposited near the door. Inside.
Did you receive medical care following this?
No.
You didn't receive any medical care at all?
I mean, like after the whole situation, yeah, we were trapped in there. They were having a fucking gunfight while TJ Walker bled out on the ground and died.
Okay, and then following your medical care, what did you do after that?
Like after I went to the hospital?
Correct.
I don't really recall specifically what I did.
This guy's good.
Okay. In your actions as mayor,
No,
as
but
we
yes,
discussed
but no.
earlier in this case, there's the charges of prison break, and was there an attempt made by you as the mayor to apprehend the suspects?
As the mayor? No.
Yeah. As the mayor, no. Did you act in any other capacity to try to apprehend the suspects?
Yeah, over the past, like, I don't know, however long this manhunt's been going on. Yeah.
Oh,
I made a state announcement.
Are you involved in directing this manhunt at all?
I was appointed by the state of San Andreas as the commissioner of police.
You were appointed by the state of San Andreas.
Who is the state?
Police commissioner.
Who is the state?
Mm-hmm.
We need these answers.
Is that would you say that that's normal proceeding for a mayor to also be appointed as a commissioner for the police department?
Objection leading.
How so?
No fucking training needed to be commissioner these days.
Suggesting an answer with the way he has phrased the question.
I'll hear a rebuttal.
Your honors, I'm trying to establish how chief commissioner, or sorry, the commissioner for the police department is appointed when they're also already serving as the mayor. It seems unconventional to me. I'm curious if Mayor Thoroughbred will speak on that.
You see what he's trying to do, right, Peanut?
Hey.
I'm not talking.
That's an idiot.
Peanut, you got to know when to talk. See, right now there's silence, so you can talk, right?
Whatever you say, Baldy.
Yeah, this guy always EB.
Direction's gonna be overruled.
Ramos, I ain't taking shit from a
Restate the
guy that's
question?
scared of a fucking little spider.
From the record I have it is, would you say that it's
Vinny,
normal
bro,
for the mayor to
Your
be
man's got a
appointed
fucking
commissioner?
HVAC over here.
When considering
real.
the vast and chronicled history of every mayor in Los Santos, I would say it's unconventional because the mayors of Los Santos of the past were famous for embezzlement, dereliction of duty, and other assorted crimes.
Objection, facts, nothing evidence.
You know, new mayor's a terrorist.
I mean, he's answering the question that was posed by the defense.
And there's no direct accusation in there. I'm gonna go ahead and leave that on the record.
Oh, thank you, Your Honor, for leaving that on the record. This is true, ladies and gentlemen of the courtroom. Mayors of Los Santos certainly have a long record of embezzlement and corruption. Very great point, Mayor Thoroughbred.
Let's strike that as counsel testify. Let's stick to the questions here, Mickey.
Of course. Thank you so much, Your Honor. As commissioner, were you involved in this investigation?
No, it was headed up by Decker. I don't know if I'm allowed to disclose the other investigators for their own safety. I don't really know how that protocol works.
Were you involved in the manhunt to pursue the defendants?
Oh, yeah.
So you were involved in the manhunt to pursue the defendants,
Mm-hmm.
but you were not involved in the investigation.
Correct.
Not being involved in the investigation
And
is crazy.
I'm sure
he's lied on
as
the
a
oath.
mayor,
Perjury right there.
You
like 3 times already.
appointed an oversight committee, some sort of committee that could ensure that this was this transition of tremendous power was done in an appropriate manner.
No.
What? No? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Well, now this is
what-
curious, Mayor Thoroughbred. This is curious because you said you're not involved in the investigation.
Right.
Who in the police department would ensure that you're not involved in the investigation?
Oh, there you go. Bitch ass Crane giving advice over there. You hear him?
Repeat that.
Who in the police department could ensure that you are not involved in the investigation?
Objection relevance.
Bro, this guy doesn't know
Well,
what
this is
relevance
highly
means.
relevant, Your Honor. Because
How so?
how so?
Yes, you rebuttal.
It's highly relevant because the commissioner would be the one who oversees the entire police department. A commissioner, which would have to ensure that the investigation is done in a fair and judicious way following due process. A commissioner, which is then appointed by the state as also the mayor in this case, and the victim in this case.
Oh, Mickey about to burn this fucking courtroom down.
God damn.
Beautifully put.
Take a rebuttal from the prosecution.
If the defense feels that they have a civil case, they are totally free to be able to
Bison
take
got-
that
I mean,
up
Decker
ahead
got
of
on the
time.
stand
I
and
feel that
fucking
this has
said
no
he needs to get
relevance to
rid-
the criminal
That's an
proceedings
idiot,
here
bro.
today.
Hey, classic. Civil case. Classic.
10-2.
Yo, Mickey, tell your mom I fuck with her, bro. Right?
Objection for
Heavy,
relevance
dude.
is going to be sustained.
Very well.
Did he just say sustained?
Do you have access, Maximilian Thoroughbred, to the reports involving this case?
Yep.
Yeah, going to jail.
Cool. Okay. And at any time, you can also inject yourself into those reports, correct?
Objection leading.
Let me ask a different question.
And thank you. Go
How
ahead.
did he sustain that?
If there were improper
Yeah, it's fucking
investigation
Yeah.
and failure of due process regarding the
Why?
investigation,
Because that's Max Thoroughbred.
who from the police
No, Norman
would that
Adams is a
fall
cop
to?
judge,
Mhm.
Vinny. Telling you.
No,
Their
you already
direct
told me.
superiors in this case, if Decker were the lead investigator, it would
Dick
fall to
rides
the
him.
chief of police and assistant
Mhm.
chief of police in their chain of command to handle him
Because I'm down
properly.
on their dicks, bro.
Oh, their chain of command to the chief of police. And who
Damn,
does the
Vinny.
chief of police answer to?
Me, I guess.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jeez.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Yo, all this and watch what's gonna happen, bro.
Guilty.
All this is for
open
hey,
for
everybody's guilty for everything.
Jeez.
Holy shit.
All right, Mr. Mayor, just a couple questions.
Have faith.
Did you
Have faith.
recuse yourself from the investigation?
Yes.
All right. We already
He sounds
asked
pissed, bro.
you time about
You hear
that.
about he sounds.
I just
he's-
got one
yeah,
more
his-
question. Is there anything that you want to
headline's
say
going
to
even
the
further back.
individuals that shot at you?
Objection relevance.
Sustained.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, go sit back down, homie.
Uriel,
No
you got
further
anything?
questions? No.
I thought you
All
were the
Mr.
man,
Thoroughbred, you can
homie.
step down for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, Tyrus.
You are excused at this point. You can stay. You can go. It's up.
Hey,
Oh,
that's
I'll
my
stay.
terrorist right there.
Defense, will you be calling any additional witnesses?
Ooh, we about to get the fuck up out of here. This shit got me
Your
excited.
Honor,
I'm
are
about
these
to
officers
run.
gonna gun us down or something? I'm a little bit. This is getting intense.
They're not gonna gun you down, Robbie.
I keep getting closer and closer.
Defense
Yeah, I
counsel, any
know.
additional
I'm not
witnesses?
gonna
Anyone
shoot
gonna
you, but I don't
testify?
No, Your Honor. That is all.
Okay. Would you like to highlight evidence now or
There we go. Choo, 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 choo.
in closing?
Chat, I hope that
In closing.
honestly, this
Or
is
actually,
role play.
uh,
They said so it's role play over role
One
play.
moment.
So with all the shit that
Yes,
happened
in
would
closing,
make
thank you.
sense that there would be a bunch of people standing up against
Does the
PD and
defense
shit.
rest then?
I don't want nobody crying about it. There's
The
48
Defense
cops.
West. Thank you so much.
And hold, little bro.
With 6 motherfuckers, man. We need some
Gentlemen, how are we
defense.
looking on closing statements? Are they going to be ready? Do we need time? How do we look here?
I'm ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense?
Yeah, I'd like a brief second, just a few minutes, maybe even just 3.
Just 3? All right. I'll give you 3 minutes. We'll give you till 50 after the hour. Court's in recess.
What is a rebuttal?
Oh shit.
You doing this shit on purpose, man. Can you shut up? I'm trying to listen. Hey, listen to what? There's fucking silence.
He wants silence.
Trying to think, what can I do right now?
So, should I take the vest off based off the outcome, right?
I don't know. I'm kind of cut, so it's fine.
What do you think, Peanut?
Nah, if I was him, I would have.
Shut up. Let the lawyers fucking
Shut up, bro. Peanut, shut the fuck up.
Vinny, shut up. Let the lawyers fucking focus.
Robbie, shut
Yo,
the
y'all
fuck
some
up.
fucking dickheads, man.
Bro, I thought I was bugging out. Bro, Kay said that literally like 15 times the past 10 minutes. I was like, this guy's got to be fucking trolling.
He has this. Bro, can y'all shut up? Holy fuck.
Not yet, Cantor.
I'll hang tight.
How about you shut the fuck up?
I'm trying to fucking pay attention.
How about that? You shut the fuck up, you
No, but
square-headed
Peanut,
fuck.
I'm not even joking, Peanut. You actually were like yapping for a little bit.
How was that yapping? How was that yapping?
Fuck the police, bro.
I wasn't trying to fuck no police, man. I was getting fooled.
Yeah,
I was
maybe your
dying.
grandmother should have been fucked again.
My bitch, it was my mom. You
Sorry,
stupid.
your mom.
Man, you don't even pay attention to half
Sorry,
the
she
shit that's
looks like a
going on.
grandma based on the
See,
pictures
you
that I've seen.
fucking. Just shut up.
Damn, dude. Damn, dude. You gonna tell him doom like he's that, bro?
The same dude that got beat up by a spider. I don't want to hear it.
Get beat up by spider too.
Shut up, dude.
Can I know why you
Please
have a
don't-
fuck? Let me ask you a question. Why do you have a
What? What you
vacuum
about to say?
like-
That
No,
shit
no,
was
no, no.
airborne,
Hold on,
bro. That
hold
shit was
on.
flying, bro.
Why do you have a
Motherfucker
fucking,
airborne.
why do you have a vacuum like on deck? Like what's up with that?
Oh yeah, I know. Having a vacuum in your house, I know. Holy fuck.
No,
Bro,
I mean,
you
like,
got
on
that
deck
shit
under
right
your
next to you, bro.
desk.
I went to go get it.
Oh,
Bitch, you went 5 steps.
you know his fat ass. If he walks 5 steps, he'd be wheezing everywhere. Who the fuck you kidding?
Yo, Vinny thinks he's funny now, bro. What happened? Bro went down from a 44 to a 42, and now he thinks he's funny.
Your double chin got the
I
happen.
mean, it seems like the skinnier Vinny gets, he just becomes funny or
Yo,
something. I
Vinny,
don't know
talk
what's
to me
going
when
on.
you're in the 30s, when you hit the 30s, right?
I don't want you.
Okay, I will. I'll let you know. Let me know when you get back down to the 30s. All right, Fatso?
Bitch, I'm not in
Bro, this dude in the 40s.
I'm not in the
This,
40s,
bro, you see how he has the fucking underbeard underneath the double chin now?
Why do you keep saying that? Literally, that has never
Pissed by
changed.
that one, Vin. You got pissed by that
No,
one.
because he's been saying that. Yo, no, because he's
That's-
on
that
God.
struck a
He's
nerve,
actually
bro.
been saying that for like 2 months
Because
now.
it's the truth.
I don't know where you're gonna. I never changed that. I don't know.
Mom, get the vacuum.
Yo, fuck you guys, man. Fuck y'all.
My man,
This is
That
what you
doesn't
get,
count,
man. This
that
was
shit
you.
up the
Yeah, this is what
Oh,
you get for
the
being on my
fuck? Yes, I
cock.
was, bitch.
Did you see when he jumped up? And
You
was
guys
just
think
like,
I'm like?
Vacuum.
You guys actually think I'm like a fucking? I'm like that fucking avocado dude?
yeah,
Yeah.
you're a mama's boy.
Dude, you should do a
Mama's
mukbang.
boy.
I will pay.
I was not
Hey, I would
actually.
pay for that.
Anyways.
No, I'm not.
Mom, get the vacuum.
Yo, that South Park episode, Mama need to take a shit. You know
Oh,
what
hey,
I'm
we're
talking
at
about?
50 after the hour. Mr. Sinclair, are you good?
Yes, I am.
All right.
this
we'll
where
go
the
ahead and
Hail
call this
Mary
back
comes
into
in?
session.
Here we go,
Yes.
man. Here we go.
Statements will begin with the prosecution.
Not just the Hail Mary, but like all of it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mickey, you're doing fucking amazing. Tell Mama we love her.
Got one final.
Your Honors, ladies and gentlemen of the court, citizens of Los Santos. What happened last week was nothing short of a terrorist attack on our city. The 6 defendants came to City Hall. They waited in the archive room on the 4th floor, next to the meeting place of our highest legislative body.
No, we don't know that.
They watched a live stream of events happening in the meeting room, waiting until the door was unlocked before moving in to shoot everyone in the room. When the smoke cleared, their actions and the consequences thereof were clear. 26 government employees were injured. Their actions led to the death of our city's treasurer, TJ Walker. Their actions led to the disruption of our highest legislative body's core functions. The testimony you've heard today from Officer Decker describes a scene of chaos as the LSPD responded to shots fired at City Hall. The LSPD, through their actions, was able to fight their way to the council meeting room, meeting heavy resistance from the 6 defendants. Those defendants were shot down and they were arrested. The evidence shows that they were the ones who engaged in a firefight. They were the ones recorded bursting into the council room and shooting down those who were meeting inside. Once processed for these crimes, 4 of the defendants during a DOC work release escaped from prison during a firefight. They left prison custody at that time without the permission of the LSPD or the DOJ. They have been on the run until the proceedings today. Treasurer TJ Walker was shot in the course of this attack on City Council. He lay on the floor of that council room, bleeding while a holdout took place. The doctors, once they were able to get to him, tried valiantly and professionally, as testified to by Dr. Wilson, to save his life. Despite this, TJ Walker died due to his injuries, as shown by the autopsy report, as a result of the gunshot wounds that he suffered in that meeting room. To finish, Your Honors, I would like to ask a question. Does the gunning down of the highest body of government during its official business as a government body with absolute disruption of government activities rise to the level of terrorism? Given the testimony today of the impact on our city council, the video footage of the attack, a shooter saying meeting fucking adjourned bitch, this totality of evidence cannot be ignored by this court. The intentional attack on an inherently political body that disrupts its core function,
skipped over that part.
its ability to operate, and its ability to meet can be nothing less than terrorism.
Hey, Robin.
Thank you, Your Honors.
Isn't like what Dad did, like, what is it called? Like the,
That was ass.
like the fucking.
Hey, shut up! I'm trying to listen.
The
Thank you,
poisonous
Mr.
tree?
Whitlock. Mr. Hall, any additional remarks?
You're gonna tell me to shut the fuck up, bitch.
Yeah, bro. Let her.
Take your resounding silence as a no. We'll turn it over to the
Oh,
defense.
Yeah,
sorry.
nothing
What did he
further.
say?
Your Honor.
Yeah, he was in his head. He's good.
Defense. Floor is yours for
Again?
closing.
Okay, say it again, Kay.
Come on, bro. Let this dude do his thing.
Yo, okay, tell Rami, man.
Your Honors, members of the court, the accused are charged with terrorism. I'll focus on that first. As the prosecution so eloquently put, but also left out, the unlawful use of extreme violence against government entities that would pursue disruption, destabilization, or destruction of those entities. That's what. Oh, I'm so sorry. I think I left something out. For political or religious aims. That's right. The prosecution submitted reports, witness statements, video, phone records, medical reports, a cornucopia of evidence, but nothing heard in this courtroom today establishes a political aim. And a political aim, a motive, Your Honors, is what defines the charge of terrorism. Oh, sure, the prosecution is focused on the, quote, destruction and destabilization of those government entities. But that last part, for political or religious aims. Regarding the first part, violence in our city can always disrupt the functions of governments. And we have charges specifically for that. The attempted murder of an LEO, etc. But again, in this entire case, they ignored half of the charge, political aims. The victims and location of the violence are insufficient to develop that aim, but a motive, political or religious, is needed in addition to that violence. A gunman can attack Senior Buns, a private business, and massacre civilians unrelated to the government. But if they're complemented with a manifesto about their desires for a monarchy, it is terrorism by the nature of their aim and their stated objective, not their target. And today, in this courtroom, before you, your honors, and before everyone, the prosecution has failed tremendously. A tweet does not substantiate political motive. Meeting adjourned is not a political aim. Throughout the entirety of this case, the prosecution has failed to establish any clear political or religious aim from the defendants. And I repeat, throughout the entirety of this case, the prosecution has failed to establish any clear political or religious aim from the accused. But I find it humorous. Members of the court, I find it humorous. Because there was indeed political aims established in this courtroom here today. Woo! Did you not catch it? Ooh. It was during the testimony of a one Maximilian Thoroughbred. The defense showed you how you can establish political aims, not the prosecution. Mr. Thoroughbred, it seems, had the political aims to use this calamity to consolidate power as both mayor and also as a commissioner of the police. But Mr. Thoroughbred is not on trial today. We don't have to expand on that any further. It's the accused that are on trial today, and they are charged with a plethora of other charges beyond terrorism. And I ask you, your honors, is this: what is due process? To find the accused guilty, there cannot be any reasonable doubt regarding these charges. And through his own testimony, Maximilian Thoroughbred has demonstrated he potentially could have intervened in the investigation. The reporting duties of the police, the highest chain of command, was himself. Yet he is also the mayor, also the victim in the case. We already saw that he inserted himself into matters of police work. He declared beyond the office of the mayor himself to be commissioner in a citywide manhunt of the accused. There was no oversight. There was no due process. There was nothing to ensure the fairness and justice that this court seeks to uphold. And that, your honors,
yo, TJ, change it to Zolo Plus. The Clips channel is Zolo Plus. It's not Clips.
Impossible, but that is your reasonable doubt. I'm not asking you to doubt with your eyes what you might see in the video. I am asking you, through your integrity and honor as judges of the law, I'm asking you, was that due process? Or could due process have been destroyed in this case? To find the accused guilty of any of these charges, you capitulate to an investigation that is compromised by a whole host of corruption. To find the accused guilty, you surrender the laws of the land, the integrity and separation of our judicial system, and you stain the fabric of our democracy at the behest of a despot masquerading as a leader. The defense rests.
What the fuck was that last part? I have no.
He stood on business 30 times.
Said some big ass motherfucking words, man. I don't understand.
SAT words.
Yo,
That's
for real,
our
bro.
lawyer.
Fuck that terrorist now!
All right. Keep it to yourselves. Court's gonna be in recess while we step out to go and deliberate.
Hey, Mickey, what was
I'm gonna be honest with you.
said?
We got a lot to go over here. It's gonna take us a little while. I need the defendants who are here to remain in the room. Everyone else can kind of roam. We'll put out an announcement when the verdict is going to be read. We'll give you about a 10 to 15 minute lead time. Court's gonna be in recess.